I don't think that's how it works, but
Yeah, that is how it works.
It's one of
That's
the
not
the
what you said
radio
at all,
waves.
Josh.
So Charlie, who are you going to be playing today?
I'm playing Salvia Moulin de la Croix. I'm a bounty hunter and a ranger.
Yes.
That's a human.
Yes, indeed, all of those things. So tell us a little bit about Salvia.
Well,
We've just hit 25 retweets.
Hey.
Oh,
We'll get to that in a
Jesus
minute. We'll get to that in a minute.
baby steps.
So tell us a little bit about her.
Well, she hates magic and she's very religious. And well, she's in the Watcher's Vanguard and she slays undead things. That's her favorite enemy.
Yes. Favorite enemy.
So yeah.
Nice. All right, then.
That's
So
about
let's move over to the right here. So Beth, how are you doing? First off.
I am very overworked with the tavern. No, we had some serious tavern updates go up
We
yesterday,
did.
and they seem to have gone down quite well.
That's
so,
good news.
Yes, it's been a very busy day in the tavern today. We've had some wild magic surges.
Oh.
Because we have a wild magic sorcerer in the
Hey.
tavern
Oh,
now,
boy.
so things are getting a bit messy, but it's a lot of fun.
Spicy. I like it. So tell us, who are you going to be playing today?
I am going to be playing Sanyas Nightpeak. She's a Lightfoot halfling rogue.
Indeed. So tell us a little bit about her as well.
She's got quite a calm personality.
Would you say so?
Apparently so. Not that she's had much chance to show that because it's been one thing after another. But yeah, she's not really got a backstory because I just saw one out. But no, she's very short even for a halfling. She's like 2.5 foot tall.
Yeah.
And just kind of goes with the flow.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's been a while until the first episode since she killed anyone because business has been a bit slow recently, which
Yeah.
is always it's never a good thing.
Indeed.
Is she a bit of a badass? by any
No, she's not. She's not level one.
All right, I just wanted you didn't clarify at the beginning, so I just needed to check.
She's level 1. She can't be badass.
So finally, Kira, tell us, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm a little
A
tired
generous bestowal.
and had a little paranoia attack last night because I thought I was going to get secondary drowning.
Oh no.
I inhaled water.
Oh, boy.
By accident. But I'm just paranoid.
Good. 1 second here. XP is overrated. Donates £5. It says wild magic for Tavern Wench Beth when you get started. Thanks so much, XP. I will.
Thank you, XP. That
Remember
means
that.
so much.
So cute. So tell us about Althea, your character today.
She is a wood elf cleric, but in the first episode, we all got kind of trapped into a different plane, and the only way to get out, a devil wanted to get something from us to do some devious deed, and of course she was too pure and didn't want to harm anybody, so she offered her soul to the devil instead. So now she is back as a death cleric.
Yes. Yes, indeed. So now Althea is the wonderful death cleric around today. So before we get started, I think this is the first time this has ever happened. Before we actually started the show, I took the retweet counter from 0 up to 25. God damn it, guys. So we're going to have a viewer decision in a little bit once I explain a few things here. Don't worry, we'll get to it in a moment here. We'll have another one at 35 retweets, so we can keep going here. Also, we are, I believe, something like 19 followers away from another viewer decision. So if you are new to Encounter Roleplay and you haven't joined us yet, hit that follow button for me and do so, because we're here 5 nights a week, 10 shows every single week, and 150 hours of D&D every single goddamn month, which is going to be pretty awesome this month, because we've got another 24-hour D&D stream coming your way pretty soon here in a few weeks' time. More news on that to follow. But other than that, we hit a retweet count, so there's nothing to say about that. You can, of course, affect our game via donations. You can give players Nat 1s, Nat 20s, Wild Magic Surges on the D10,000 new and updated table of Extra Madness. So be sure to interfere with our game and to mess with these players throughout so that you're part of the game as well. Also, throughout today's session in particular, we're going to be trying to take things a little bit slower than we normally do. We're going to be trying to explain the rules that we're doing, the decisions that we're making, and why we're making them. So if you have any questions about D&D throughout today's session, ask them in chat. Even if it seems like a stupid question, don't worry about it, because probably someone else here is thinking it or has thought it before. So so do not fear about that. Yes, the chat army as well. Thanks so much to the Panda97 for following. Welcome, my friend, to the adventure. You're a gentleman and a scholar. So thanks for joining me, and enjoy that dance there. But other than that, we're going to do a recap of the previous sessions to catch you guys up on what has happened and where we are in today's story. Luckily for you guys, you've only missed 2 episodes if you're just joining in now, so there's not much which has gone on, right? Actually, we've managed to...
You'd like to think so.
There's actually a fair amount which we have gotten through, so let's start at the beginning. So we're going to take 5 minutes here to run through it, and if you have any questions about the catch-up, ask it in chat and we'll get to it. So, let's do this. The adventurers were hired by a dwarf named Gundren Rockseeker. Gundren Rockseeker is a man who seeks rocks, and he has hired them to take a shipment of his supplies from Neverwinter, the city, to the town of Phandalin. Phandalin is a little settlement, kind of trading post really, a few days travel from Neverwinter. They set out on their journey with a man named Sildar Hallwinter, and Sildar, who ended up falling in love with Drog, was in a lot of gambling debts. His debtors, those who wanted him to pay up a lot of gold, attacked them on the road and ambushed them, and ended with them actually killing all these ruffians and bandits along the road in this ambush. However, they learned from this ambush that the bandits had been working with a goblin, a nearby local goblin chieftain named Clarg. And Clarg the goblin was in a nearby cave, which they had directions to. So they went to the cave. They decided to go and take out this goblin chieftain, Clarg. And as they got there, a few things happened. They murdered some goblin scouts, so they avoided any detection. However, along the way, it ended up being that Sanyas ended up falling through a burning onion ring of death, which was a portal into another realm. The others followed her through, and in that realm there was a tower. And inside this tower was Brett the Goblin Bromage, and Brett ended up helping them getting back to the material realm because they were stuck on a different plane. And Kira, do you remember how you managed to get out of this other plane?
I was in a carriage.
Yes, you were. You were in a carriage. You managed to strike a deal with a certain devilishly handsome individual to get your way out, and thankfully you guys managed to escape, and you went back into the mine, and in this cave rather of goblins. There ended up being a bit of a flood. Josh, do you remember how this flood came to pass, and what really happened when this flood ensued?
I mean, is that a serious question? Because I mean, does anyone really understand the madness that is? No, so what happened was we were aware that there was this rumbling sound. There was something wrong with the wall in this big old cavern that we were in, and I may or may not have thrown a man into the wall. And the wall, basically the lake, because wild magic, was filled with sharks, and the wall was against the lake, and I broke the wall, and then the chamber flooded as like maybe a river or something from the other side, like a huge body of water just poured inwards, and there were sharks. We had to kill some sharks.
Yes.
I cracked through the floor, and they fell into a giant cavern. Unfortunately, something rose from that cavern amongst us, killing a few other people along the way.
Indeed. Your weapons ended up becoming infused with demonic energy, thanks to a wild magic surge, potentially linked to Althea, who knows. You managed to, this flood came in, you managed to kill the sharks which were within it, and escape onto a bridge, at which point Althea came back to you, having arrived in a black coach. Kind of explained the situation, that she had no soul and she didn't really feel anything. You guys were like, okay, we'll deal with that later. We have a goblin chieftain to kill. So you went deeper into the cave, and unfortunately, I believe one of you rolled like a nat 1 on perception or stealth or something, and the goblins ended up surprising you and ambushing you. However,
it was my perception. Everyone was like, "Let's take a rest," and I was like, "Cool."
Yes,
absolutely zero.
Yeah,
no things were perceived.
So they were lying. They were lying in wait for you. However, you did manage to defeat them. You did manage to fight your way through and defeat the chieftain, Clark. And I believe that was the last thing which happened. You just killed the chieftain, and it was kind of a moment of rest and deciding what would happen next in your adventure and what you do next. However, there's a more important thing to do, and that is a viewer decision. So I'll give you the scenario, chat. As we begin today's session, the camera pans into a little cave. It's dark, it's dank, and it's filled with dead goblin bodies. The stench of them and their refuse is everywhere. You're in this cave. In fact, I'll go to the map so I can show you guys on stream. As you guys are about in here, you you can see that there is a kind of piles of refuse where they've been living, basically. The disgusting kind of stench of goblins is everywhere, and their dead bodies are scattered around the place. So they've just defeated these guys. It's been a long and bloody combat. I believe Sanyas went down a few times. Someone went down a few times.
Beth went down. Sanyas went down.
Yeah, so they're all pretty wounded and injured.
I went down twice, I believe.
Yeah, so they're pretty wounded and injured after a long battle. So the question is, what happens next? So you guys in chat, underneath this line in the chat, are going to suggest what happens, and we're going to throw them into a straw poll, and the most popular one will happen. So if I could ask Flaming Killer, our new moderator, to do his first viewer decision, his inaugural one, and we'll and we'll see what happens next. But there's a moment of respite for you guys. Sildar, the warrior, is also here with you. He immediately goes to kind of like put an arm on Drock, and he says, "Are you feeling okay?
Drock,
you wounded?"
Drock is uncomfortable with the close bodily contact, the affection. He doesn't know how to handle it, but he just sort of yes, no, I'm good. You can stop touching me now. That's quite enough. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I was just checking. The armor hadn't broken. Cool.
That particular piece of armor. Yeah, it's fine.
Good. Good. So, ladies, are you okay as well? Kind of remembers that you three are there.
So how are we standing?
So at this point, you've just got bodies all around you. All of you are standing. You're injured and wounded for the most part, a bunch of you. But you are alive in this cave, basically. Immediately after where we left off from last session.
I think I just sort of like keep an eye on a friend who's returned to us. I'm a little bit dubious of her new digs, I guess. Like she's... Like, we already had one grumpy, sort of, like, edgy emo character, and now we've got two. And there was a moment where Drock didn't understand. Drock genuinely thinks that it's, like, something that is spreading, maybe like a virus. Like, it's basically
That's my fault, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that is entirely your fault. So he's probably, like, going to be subconsciously covering his mouth with, like, a bit of cloth while you're around. But trying to make it look like really casual and failing epically.
Okay, what's Althea doing at this point? Surrounded by death. How does she feel?
She's It smells. Is this the guy that we were trying to kill? Was that him?
He's a big fella.
Well, yeah, that one there. I mean, he seemed to be calling the shots. So.
The bro mage Brett, he comes along. He's been kind of dallying on the sidelines.
He literally cowered.
Yeah, he cowered for the battle.
You got this, guys.
Yeah, he goes, "Oh, great job, guys. That was a good fight. Cool. We got him good. Yeah, that's Clog right there. That's old Cloggy." He kind of like sticks a toe in his mouth. Eh.
And then he's still alive and like bites his
Yeah.
Oh god.
Oh, God.
Can I like check for items on Clark?
Yeah, you may indeed. So you give him the old once over to see what's
You give him the old toe in the mouth.
Yeah, indeed, yeah. You find that there are around this room, in fact, as well, just as you search a room, that there are a bunch of provisions, and a bunch of them are marked with Barthen's provisions on them, with a kind of symbol of like a trading company which reads Barthen's provisions, which you recognize to be the company which you're actually taking your provisions to. So it seems like the goblins have stolen a lot of these provisions along the way and managed to get a bunch of their goods. You also find there's a treasure chest near to Clark, which actually contains 50 gold pieces within, and there are 2 potions of healing here as well.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Cool. I will turn to the party and see if anyone immediately like needs healing. And I guess like
Sonia puts her hand up as she kind of stumbles back and slides down the wall, clutching at the crossbow bolts that are going through her stomach.
Yeah, no, I wasn't sure if like this was because you're like the roguey character, so I wasn't sure if you were just like deceiving me or you genuinely are injured.
Crossbow bolts.
Yeah, no, and then I was like, oh yeah, you got lanced pretty hard.
Twice.
I think I saved you from a shark. I saved someone from a shark. But yeah, it was good. It was a good fight, and I think Drock appreciates the fact that not everyone came out as they were.
Yeah. So do you guys want to take a rest at this point, or you just want to?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Can I like take one of those healing potions and give them to Beth? Oh no, I mean Sonia's. Fuck.
Yeah, for sure. So
Yeah,
you're
and
handed a healing potion.
What is it? 1D.
Let me look it up for you. Give me a moment now. I'll get back to you on that one. Yes. So do you want to take a long rest, a short rest? I believe we took a short rest before, so you're probably low on hit dice, being first level.
Yes.
I mean,
yeah. No hit dice.
it's a low on hit dice. I don't think I have any hit dice, and that's
Yeah.
pretty low.
I would say, bearing in mind we've killed the top dude, people will probably either leave us alone or listen to us. So I'm suggesting a long rest, just so we.
But do we want to sleep here? I mean, there are sharks coming.
It's just that blind level 1 optimism.
Yeah.
I probably will not want to stay here, both as a player and as a person in the game, because
It's
terrible.
too dangerous.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks anyways, yeah, I got that, don't worry, man. So you want to move away from this place and rest somewhere else?
Yeah, I think anywhere that isn't sort of like
Here?
half flooded with water and blood would be good.
Sure, okay.
Maybe get out.
Yeah?
Yeah, let's just leave this place. This is a terrible
This
place.
is an awful place, okay. So, you're going to head on out from the cave. You don't run into any trouble on the way back.
I help Sonia's kind of carry her, but like support her
Thank
so
you.
she can get outside.
Cool.
Rogue bro.
So Rogue Bros. So you head on out back out into the now realize is basically dawn, because you've been kind of fighting all night in this cave, and you come out to the morning dawn and you smell the pine trees, and the smell of death and blood is no longer here in this fresh air. Of course,
I smell pine trees in the morning.
Yes, the wagon with your horses is a little bit outside, like a few hundred yards down the road, and you can go there and get on that. And Sildar says, "That's a smelly cat. Welcome, Smelly the cat, to the adventure. You're a gentleman and a scholar. Thanks for joining us today." It puts us just 17 followers, the perfect amount, away from a viewer decision. So, just one English donger away from from another viewer decision, guys. So yeah, he says, "I suggest we just rest up here, off the road somewhere, or we could get back to Phandalin. Phandalin isn't far from here. It's only like half a day."
It's only 4,000 miles from here.
It's only 4,000 miles. We can make it.
Sorry,
I
there's
can
someone
drive. If anyone else wants to take a break and sleep. This place is
Sanya
not safe
kind of-
anymore.
She crawls into the back of the cart and just kind of curls up.
Thanks so much to Tylandel for following. Welcome, my friends, to the adventure. You're a gentleman and a scholar. Perfect. Okay, so you just wanna like take shifts sleeping maybe on the back of the wagon?
I think Drock will probably like offer to take like the first what do you call it? The first watch.
Yeah.
Mainly because I don't think he realizes that he massively cocked up and let us get ambushed. Because you know he's not aware. So he's just like, yeah, no, I got this, and he'll probably drive up front.
Okay,
with,
so
his BFF shotgun.
Maybe like you and me, Drock, should like sit in the front. So like if one falls asleep, it won't matter.
Only with
This is
death
true.
cleric.
I don't think that's a good idea because, you know, my friend is the jealous type. So I mean, if you want to
Yeah.
step on his toes, just
Yeah.
saying.
Sildar is the jealous type. As this is happening, as you're deciding where to sit, it doesn't matter too much. I'm going to bring in the viewer decision because it seems to be a fairly unanimous vote here, with 32% of the votes. As you're getting onto the wagon, everyone's starting to kind of like crash onto it and sleep. You see shambling from the cave goblins. The goblins look like they are kind of walking in a kind of shambling kind of manner, just towards you. And there's about 5 of them going in here. And Brett looks back and says, "They're undead." As they shamble towards you, Althea, you feel a very strong connection to them, and you realize that as they get closer, that you actually have control over these zombies.
Wait, what?
Okay.
Thanks, guys, for that viewer decision.
They're mine.
These undead, they are yours.
Excuse me. Brett's like, "This is fascinating."
Are you a necromancer? Did they take everything from you?
Yeah, Brett is there like prodding.
Great.
How does Althea respond?
She kind of looks at him like,
They're like,
"Why?"
Sanya climbs into the front and curls up on the seat in the front.
She's like 100% done. She looks up and she's
Can I
like,
like
Nope, I am noping straight out of there.
make the horses go faster? Just like
Yeah,
get the fuck out of there.
I think this is the moment where like me and you look at each other and we're just like, no ticket.
no ticket. So the
Yes, curls up on Drock's lap.
Okay, so you like set the horse off. They're already pretty spooked by these like undead being around them. You see the goblins just begin to like shamble behind you whilst you're like racing off. They are undoubtedly drawn to Althea. and will continue to follow and turn up at convenient points in the story.
Oh no.
Well,
Can
hey,
I like
guys.
say like a prayer, like to like try to, I don't know if it's gonna
you can
work.
totally
I don't
say a
have
prayer.
real magic. She
Yeah.
just sits there as she's like trying to get the horses to go faster. Just says this like long prayer in a language you can't understand, and just try to get these horrible things to go away. And
Yeah, I mean, like, you
of the
can
Lord.
you can really quickly just race away from them. They don't appear to have any kind of aversion to prayer or anything. They're just kind of like slowing behind you. But you race off on the wagon, and they're following you. But they're zombies. So they walk very slowly, so it's unlikely that they're going to catch up with you anytime soon. So you have that at least. So there's always that. So we'll have another viewer decision. 35 retweets. We're on 27, I'm told, and when we hit 16 more followers. So thanks, guys. Also, I did forget to mention, but we are giving away a copy of the game which we're playing today. We're giving away a copy of the D&D 5th edition starter set, and you can play the Lost Mine of Phandelver yourself. Follow that link in chat. Anyway, so you you race off quickly. You guys take some different watches and rests, and quickly you come into Phandalin. You see civilization ahead of you. You should be able to see that map there. As you come into Phandalin, I'll read a bit of the text out. So the rutted track emerges from a wooded hillside, and you catch your first glimpse of Phandalin. The town consists of 40 or 50 simple log buildings, some built on old fieldstone foundations. More old ruins, crumbling stone walls covered in ivy and briars surround the newer houses and shops, showing how this must have been a much larger town in centuries past. Most of the newer buildings are set on the sides of the cart track, which widens into a muddy main street of sorts as it climbs down towards a ruined manor house on a hillside on the east side of town. As you approach, you see children playing on the town green and townsfolk tending to chores or running errands at shops. Many people look up as you approach, but all return to their business as you go by. So you guys are kind of traveling in here on your wagon, going past villages as you come into the courtyard area. I'll kind of ping it on the map. You come into the kind of town green area here, and as you look around you, you see several of the buildings around. You see the building of your initial destination. You can see Barfin's Provisions is off to one side. You also see that there's the Stonehill Inn is immediately before you, which looks like one of the main taverns here. There's a Town Master's Hall, which looks like is more of an official building where you could get any sort of official paperwork, or if you needed to speak to like the elders of the village, would likely be the place to go. There's also a Shrine of Luck just in this courtyard here, which praises Militale, we'll say. She's there. That's her shrine. And there are a bunch of other houses around. It's normal kind of picture a kind of Skyrim-esque Nordic village. Is very similar to what we're looking at here. Very green. It's becoming a very beautiful day as you come in here. You guys have taken a long rest, which means that your hit points rather, are up back to full, and that your hit dice are back up to full as well. Any spells or effects which require a long rest to reset are reset. Also, yes, there is a wild magic surge for Beth. I forgot about that. So, Sanyas, as you come into town here, can you roll me a D10,000 as you wake up?
I rolled a 603.
603. Very good. We will see what happens. Exclamation point D10K in the chat to have a look at this whole table here. 603 reads, caster can't cross moving water while wearing clothes.
Oh, for God's sake.
You are like a vampire.
We have to cross a river to get into town.
No rivers crossed getting into town.
Okay, thank
It
God
would
for
have been
that.
It would be a lot worse if that had happened last episode.
Very true.
Sharks
bad.
everywhere.
That would have been very bad. But yeah, you come into town here. Sildar says, I'll stable the horses and see to lodgings for tonight. Shipping will probably stay. So You guys go see Bath and do whatever you need to do. Meet me back in the Stonehill Inn. I'll wait in there. Get a drink.
But that Barthens, he did like scam us, right? Because he said there will be like, we should take this thing, and then there were like goblins, right?
No, so Gundren Rockseeker is a dwarf in Neverwinter. He said, take my provisions, it should be an easy task. You were then ambushed by bandits due to Sildar, basically, because he was in debt to them, and then you went to attack the goblins. So Barthen, you haven't met yet, and Gundren, as far as you know, have no guilt in playing with the goblins. There's no connection to them. As of yet, there could be, I don't know.
Indeed. I think before Sildar leaves, I'll place a firm hand on his shoulder and
he looks up.
Just say, remember, you're going to sort out accommodation for the night. No gambling.
No, of course. No gambling, no...
Nancy calls over and said, make sure we all have separate rooms.
Yeah, I was thinking probably just the girls separately, and then me and Drock can probably stay together, because, we're guys. So we can...
Drock not understanding is just like, it would save money. It's
exactly. It would save money. At this point, as you roll into town, you actually Brett the Bromage has got the Goblin Bromage has got his hood up, and he's trying to hide the fact that he's a goblin. And he says, "Guys, I think this is where we part. I don't really have much of a place here in a human village, so I'm probably gonna just, fuck off now. If that's all right. Nice meeting you all. A pleasure."
I think that would be a wonderful idea.
Yeah.
I clasp him like my arm and just say, it's been fantastic to travel with you.
Yeah.
I've proven yourself to be a true bro.
Oh,
But
thanks.
isn't sure if he's the term right. He thinks that's what a bro is, and he thinks he was a bro, so he just clasps his arm.
That means a lot to me. That really does. Cheers, mate. I'll see the rest of you olds later then. Try not to get too many zombies on your back and stuff like that,
And try not to roll too many nat ones, because we want...
What are you talking about? Fuck off.
Wait a minute.
He breaks down all of the walls around him, all 4 of them, and then he says, "Alright then, see you guys later," and he shimmies off into the undergrowth to fulfill whatever destiny Brett the Bromage has. Who knows? Maybe we'll see him again later in the campaign. Maybe we'll never see Brett the Bromage again. But Sildar begins to rein in the horses to go talk to the stables, and leaves you guys to it. So what is the plan? You have, as you can see on the map, there's a smithy around it. You can hear kind of beating away at the metal. There's the provisions. There's a Stonehill Inn, and there's also the kind of Townmaster Hall around. So as long as some other buildings that you can go and investigate as well. So what is the plan, guys? What is the next course of action for you?
I think we should... Yeah, you go ahead.
No, I was simply going to hand a gold piece to both Salvia, in fact, to the other 3 members of the party, and suggest that I've probably got this right. Is the Shrine of Luck? I just imagine there's a wishing well there.
Yeah, there's a wishing well, sure.
There is, yes, absolutely. I say maybe it'll provide you with a small measure of good fortune in battles to come. And he's trying very politely to say, you guys got your asses handed to you, and Althea, you look like you could use some good luck or something. Maybe a lie down, something, a good night's sleep. But he hands out coins, and he's going to take one himself, and he's going to walk over and clip a coin into the Shrine of Luck.
Sure.
Just because.
Hopefully that will
This one's on me.
come true. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So next move then. Which is the kind of building that you guys want to go to first?
Is there a church kind of, or is it just a shrine?
There's the shrine there. You don't see any kind of large church building or any kind of like monastery. It doesn't appear to be anything which you'd really recognize. There's an orchard nearby which looks kind of peaceful, which could be some kind of religious site, but there doesn't appear to be any kind of church within Phandalin here, no.
Okay, so I think I'd want to write a letter
Okay.
to the Watchers Vanguard, like the thing that I work for, and
Yeah.
they're kind of like the hate everything that's magic. I'm gonna write to them and see if they have anyone that can like perform exorcism or something,
Okay.
because we really need it.
Yeah, okay. So you write to, what's the name of that organization again?
Watchers Vanguard.
Watchers going Vanguard, okay. I'll make a note of that.
I love the idea you're standing there and you're just like, Althea, how do you spell exorcism again?
Yeah.
It's like,
Perfect. Okay, cool. What about the rest of you? What is Sanyas's plan?
She's going to take the gold coin and go to the tavern.
She goes into the Stonehill Inn. Okay, perfect.
steal my gold coin. You don't throw it into the shrine, you just steal it and go to the tavern.
You didn't specify it had to be thrown into the shrine. You said bring you good luck in battle next.
Alright, so you step into the inn.
I hate you.
It looks like a newly built kind of roadhouse, and the common room is filled with the locals. They're nursing mugs of ale and cider. All of them kind of turn to look at you kind of curiously. And you can see that the proprietor, rather, is a short, friendly-looking young human male. And he kind of looks over at you guys, or at least Sanyas, as she enters, and he says, "Hello there. How can I help? Welcome
She
to Phandalin."
climbs up onto one of the bar stools and kind of kneels up on it so she can actually see over the bar, and she's like, "A tankard of your finest ale."
All right then, young lady. He pours you a drink and says, "My name's Toblin. Toblin Stonehill. Are you new here?" Sets it down on the counter for you.
I am indeed, just coming from Neverwinter, so
I see. What is your business here in Phandalin? It's don't usually see adventurers around here.
I just came to drop off some supplies, that's all.
Very well, very well. Well, if there's anything I can help you with, just let me know. I'll do my best.
She kind of looks at the tankard and tries to pick it up. It's like, you got a straw?
He gives you a spoon. We haven't invented straws yet.
Fair enough. Yeah, she just she looks at the spoon and shakes her head, and she tries to make herself as tall as possible on the bar stool and tries to pick it up and just kind of sips at it before it's at a level where she can actually pick it up.
In before Halfling drowns in tankard. Just saying. I'm betting money in tavern on it.
Okay, so we've got Sanyas in the tavern. Salvia's writing a letter. Althea, what are you up to?
Althea's, for some reason, she kind of feels like she wants to find an orphanage.
Oh God! Oh, no!
How do you go about finding an orphanage?
Well, I guess she'll go to. Let's say she goes to the tavern as well.
Okay.
Could I notice her going there? Because I'd be like,
You see her going
writing
into the
letter,
tavern?
so
Yeah, she steps into the tavern. You can follow her in if you want.
yeah, I'll follow her.
Alright, so the ladies are in a tavern. So Althea and Salvia, you step in. Toblin, the proprietor, the young, friendly-looking human guy, kind of calls over and he says, even more new visitors. Come on in. Can I get you anything?
Do you happen to have an orphanage in this town?
Sanyas kind of looks at her suspiciously, like, no, this isn't happening.
He says,
Just
not so much as an orphanage, but old Halia, she lives back over the other side of the village. She has been known to take in several orphans. It's the closest we have, I suppose.
I shake my head at her. It's like, no. You're not doing this.
Yeah, I pull Althea aside and I tell her, if you do something that is not right, I will not hesitate to cut you down while you stand right here. Because that demon inside of you will not hesitate.
Toblin's looking at you guys like, what the fuck has just happened? Like,
I look at him, I'm just like, don't worry. We'll deal
And
with
then,
it.
and then I go sit down by the bar.
okay. Can I help you two ladies other than orphanages?
Toblin just sends a raven to his insurance company.
Yeah.
I've changed my mind. I want the premiums.
Just some white wine, please.
Of course. I pours you a glass of white wine. So you're looking to stay here in Phandalin for a time, or what's the plan?
Well, we are here for business.
Oh,
And
yeah,
to,
so you're together. That makes sense. Yeah, but suppose
Yeah,
you
we
guys
don't just happen to threaten to cut down people we don't know.
Yeah, that doesn't tend to go down too well around here. It's
understandable.
it's a it's a small village, but you probably find a few of your sort around here that would have been making similar threats.
What do you mean, my sort?
The threatening sort. Yes.
Where can we find them?
I'm not sure if I should really be.
I repeatedly hit my head against the bar, just going, this isn't happening, this isn't happening.
I'm not really sure I should be telling you that. Should I?
Can I have a look around the bar and see if I can spot any roguish type people?
Honestly, in this bar, in the Stonehill Inn, it seems like mostly kind of old guys, really. It's not very...
Old guys can be rogues?
It's not very skeevy. They look more like farmers and peasants. It's not the kind of... You're used to city taverns, and city taverns, they're much more different, you know. They're more backstreet kind of skullduggery, whereas in villages like this, it tends to be just blokes around, you know.
It's like a guy with like a Zimmer frame, and then he just like lifts it up and blades just sling out. He's like, "Aha!
I was a rogue in your day. In my day.
Back in my day, we actually worked full size.
I used to be a rogue like you.
Then I took D&D.
To the face.
But yeah, it doesn't appear to be very roguish. He kind of leans in. Toblin says, "Listen, I don't really know you too well, so I'm not too comfortable sharing information like that. Sorry."
Well then, perhaps we should check on our mission card, so to speak.
Very well.
I down my wine and step up.
Sure. Perfect. So Drock, you're outside. Imagining that Salvia comes out after a few moments from the tavern. What is Drock up to over these few minutes here?
So Drock has noticed on the town green there are a bunch of kids playing, mucking around, and he in his experience has come to. He knows very little outside war and nobility sort of stuff, but he knows that from being a noble, it's often people who go unnoticed, like kids who generally know what's going on. They know more than they let on because people overlook them, people underestimate them. So he figures they're probably people who know what's what in town. You know, the good hidey holes, who's who, things they might have overheard, but he needs to befriend them first. So he's got this idea. He walks over to the kids, big smile on his face, probably very threatening indeed, and like as he clanks over an armor. But he just says,
"Sorry, mister, we wasn't doing nothing wrong."
No, you misunderstand. I want to play a game.
Mummy said not to play games with strange men.
He says, "Listen, I'm here to ask you all Have you ever heard of the miracle of cricket?
Cricket. Them little bugs, right? Little crickets.
No, cricket is. That laugh worried me.
Yeah, me too. Came too easily, didn't it, Josh?
Yeah, there's a side to me. It's something I don't want to acknowledge. But he's going to just say, he said, I want to show you a new game, and he's going to, like, without really thinking about this, he's going to try and teach them army cricket. So the first thing he's going to do is draw his longsword.
Oh my
without
god.
thinking too much of this, and embed it in the floor.
Yeah.
And, so it's sunk in, and then he's going to reach into his backpack and pull out a leather-skinned ball and chuck it up in the air and catch it. And he's holding his sheath in one hand, and he just says, the aim of the game is simple. Basically, someone throws this very hard and tries to knock my sword over from the ground. Another person is the guard, and he stands there with the sheath and tries to bat it away. If he succeeds, he can make a run to that rock over there and back again. And he explains cricket.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, essentially, I'm going to have a game of cricket with them. And in the meantime, I'm going to inquire. So what's good in what are you up to nowadays? What's
Alright.
what are you kids calling?
So you guys are running around playing. Salvia comes out and sees this. Salvia, how do you react, first of all, to seeing Drock running around in heavy armor playing cricket with some children?
Drock is losing, by the way.
Drock, what in the seven hells are you doing with these kids?
Drock turns to you, and like he says, "Oh, I was just," and then a cricket ball hits him in the face, and he just down on the floor, like he's just like, "Oh!" And yeah, there's probably like a riotous laugh from a bunch of the kids, and some, like, chuckles and gets back up. He says, I was just having a little fun on the green.
We was playing cricket, we is.
We cricket, that's it.
Like the
That's
bugs.
my boy. He's not my boy, but
Cricket, you say?
indeed.
I've never played such game. How do you play the
Well,
game?
come in.
You can play with us if you want.
I said, everyone, kids, this is my dear friend Salvia. Don't worry, she's like your mum, you know. She's stern, but she loves everyone deep in her heart. Isn't that right, Salvia?
Well,
So-
then, yes?
So the group of you, you end up playing some cricket with the kids.
Can I try to win?
Sure.
Can we roll, like, I'm gonna try
Just
to
roll me some d20s.
athletics?
Yeah, athletics actually. Athletics is work
Yeah,
better
to
than
like run around and do stuff. I'm
Can
gonna,
we do acrobatics instead? I mean,
for catching and throwing, I think that would work.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not a real low.
I mean,
do
it's like-
athletics or acrobatics, whichever suits you guys better.
What was myself and Sanias doing? I had to go answer. a
Oh yeah,
phone
so Sanyas and Althea are still in the bar at this point. You guys can come
Yeah.
out if you want to.
I'm suspiciously staring at Alfea while sipping at my still fairly full tankard
Okay.
of ale.
I'm
I'm
gonna roll.
just gonna kind of like return the look and just like turn away and walk out of the tavern.
Okay, I'm
I
gonna
roll
roll.
my eyes. It's like I will be back in a minute. I kind of turn around to the barman and say that, and then I follow her out suspiciously.
All right, the kids lose. I rolled for the kids. They're on 18.
No. You guys come out, and it's escalated. Salvia and me have picked teams, and we've taken over the common, and it's got really competitive.
Yeah, the entire town green is there. There's a lot of town members watching. Actually, they're kind of amazed at this new sport, which the children are playing. And there are several folks watching at this point. And it looks like the winner at this point is Drock's team, seeing as he won. And Drock, you are victorious at the end. And the kids, everyone kind of claps. There's a lot of applause going around, like hooray, as you win. And at the end of that, it's a hot day, so you're pretty tired. And the kids kind of sit down, they get some drinks and stuff. And one of them's like, "Oh, that was well fun, thanks."
Orange slices are brought out, and we all celebrate, and it's just wonderful. But yeah, Drock like sits down with his team, and he like hands around a water skin and says, That was a lot of. What else do we do for fun around here? It's been a while. I've been on the road. What's good in town?
Well, we used to go down to the Sleeping Giant tap room and play there, but we can't do that no more. There's ruffians around, and Mum says we're not allowed to go there anymore.
He says, are they giving you a hard time?
Yeah. Well, Drew heard that they killed someone. Yeah.
I'm walking up to them at this point. And I kind of like overhear that last bit. I'm just like, oh, did they?
Yeah. Looks a little scary, lady. But you see, thing is, well, our friends, friends of ours, they got taken by these ruffians as well after they killed his dad, and their mum too.
I tap Drew on the shoulder,
yeah,
and I look up to Alfair and I just say, Alfair, it's good to see you. Trying to like let everyone know, you know, she's with us. She's cool. She's absolutely fine. Ignore the fact that her eyes are soulless and she no emotions. You know, she's just a demon in human form. Ignore all that. Kids.
Yeah, I go over to Drock and I kind of pull on his armor and get him to bend down to.
Oh, I'm sat down. But I
in that case, I walk over and you're at eye level. And I whisper in his ear, she was after the orphanage.
Drock sort of like is halfway through a full-time orange, and he just interesting. He says, you kids, you all live with your parents, right?
Yeah. Well, most of us, but Rosie over there doesn't.
Is Rosie on my team?
Sure.
Yeah, I waved Rosie over and I said, Rosie, amazing final catch, yeah. I don't think Ford anyone.
I'm kidding.
I'm gonna be kind of like oblivious to what's going on, and I'm gonna kind of like ask one of the kids, like, could you show us to these ruffians? It's not very nice of them.
Sure, and thanks so much to Raver Convict for following. Welcome, my friends, to the adventure. You're a gentleman and a scholar, as well as Neo Symbio. Welcome, guys. Both gentlemen and scholars. Getting closer to that viewer decision, by the way, so if you haven't followed yet, I'll take this chance on the hour to remind you guys, hit that follow button and join us for another viewer decision, and more retweets as well for more madness. Thanks, Celestial, for the host. So first off, I'm going to say that Rosie actually does have that voice because it's funny. So Rosie looks to Alfea and says, Mum said we're not allowed to go there. So it's against the rules to go there.
Rosie, we're new in town. We just need to know where we're not supposed to go. We wouldn't want to get in any trouble now, would we?
No. Well, they're mostly around the Sleeping Giant tap room.
Can you point in the direction of it?
I think they've already pointed it out to me. So
she points it.
I'll point and just say, that's the building over there. We should probably stay away from that. But more importantly, you should all go home to your parents and tell them how fantastically well you did. And Rosie, where is it that you live? We'll walk you back.
I live with Halia.
Cool. And I'm like,
I got abandoned at a young age because my parents still love me.
Is it? No, absolutely no.
I'm looking for parents.
You're looking for parents. Have you met Alfea?
She like latches onto you. She's like a 7-year-old girl.
Me?
Onto Alfea. She like grabs her skirt.
I kind of go over and I'm just like, why don't you come with me and we'll go find Halia for you.
Are you going to be my mum?
I'm going to be your mum until we get back to Halia.
And then...
That's just what my last mum said.
And she was my real mum.
She was actually my mom.
Isn't Harley your mum
Your
now?
mom sounds horrible.
No, she's Harlia.
Okay, well let's go find Harlia, and
Yeah,
I
my
kind
mom
of.
was horrible. Would you like to be my new mom?
I don't think that's a good idea. Let's get you back to Harlia, and I kind of I gently kind of
Hey, do you
tug
think
her
I have a
in
weird
the
voice?
same direction, hoping it's the right one.
Hey, I get bullied for my voice. If you're my mom, you've got to stand up for me.
I
tell
am
me that I'm
standing up
pretty.
for you. Come on, let's go.
I like that Rosie's just like, you're standing up? Oh.
And thanks so much to Fireball XD for following. Welcome, my friend, to the adventure. You're a gentleman and a scholar. Even closer, guys. Why is Roth
So
DMing?
let's leave the cleric alone. I'm sure she's got plenty of healing to do. And I kind of shoo her away and walk in a random direction, hoping it's the right one.
And thanks to M Soup for following. Welcome, my friends, to the adventure. You're a gentleman and a scholar. Just 12 followers away now, folks. Even closer.
I walk over to Alphael. I hand her some M soup that we're all having to celebrate a victory. It's the best. M soup is the best. And I say, may I speak to you in private? Away from.
Yeah, sure. Anything, Dad?
No. Althea, I need to speak with your new.
Not Mummy, and I'm still trying to drag her away, but
Maybe
she's
my
like,
aunt.
still taller than me, even though she's only 7.
And thanks so much to Pax M Rosie for following. Welcome, Rosie, to the adventure. You're a gentle lady and a scholar.
I can't guarantee she's a gentle lady. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah,
So
but
I'm gonna hold the soup and I'm gonna take like a sip of it and be like, that's good.
yay. How joyous. I'm gonna drag Althea away from people at this point to speak to her in private.
Okay.
And just say, do you want to explain to me what it is you want with an orphanage? You mentioned it before, but you never really, fleshed out your motives. And since your new infected form has turned,
I wouldn't say I'm infected.
Good. Okay, but we need to work on you accepting it because that's the first stage of beating this thing.
And thanks so much to Farsider for following. Welcome to the adventure, my friend. You're a gentleman and a scholar.
I take her to the far side. In fact,
Yeah.
I take her far away from you.
Far away from this place.
I take her out back behind the sheds, and I shoot her.
Hello.
That's it.
Wow.
No, so I just ask about the orphanage because
I don't know really. I feel like if I go, I'll know what I need. But why? I feel like I had something to do at an orphanage.
you mentioned something before we left. You said that you didn't wish any payment. You actually stated that you wanted all of your payment for the travel to go to a local orphanage back in Neverwinter. So I wonder if somehow that is connected. I mean, does that summon anything at all within you?
I think so.
That's not entirely a great start. You think so, but it's what we're working with here. Any connection at all to that? You seem to be something of a philanthropist before we set off, and now, well, I'm worried about you, that's all.
I don't know. She you can kind of see like a little, you think you can see a bit of emotion across her face.
Yeah, I think Drock is studying her, I'm so intently just trying to figure out if there's anything left of Althea in there, or if this is Althea, or he just doesn't know.
Okay, so at this point, there's a tugging on Althea's sleeve.
Hey, Mum, can we go back to your place?
I'm still trying to drag her away at this point. So we're going back to Harley's. Come on.
I don't like Harley's. She's not my real mum.
Tough shit. Come on.
I'm gonna kneel down.
I flick the halfling.
I'll be your mother.
Yes. Thank you.
She like grabs her in a vice-like clamp.
God damn it.
I'll like try and hug her back, just like.
When you're so corrupted by a devil that you are trying to hug people.
And welcome the real Jono to the adventure. Thanks for following, my friends. You're a gentleman and a scholar. Just 9 followers away now, guys. 9.
I look pleadingly between the half-orc and the gothy one. It's like...
I guess if it's what Rosie wants.
It is. More
I
than
just
anything.
kind of mouth.
I got kill, and
All I got was kill.
but I don't know who you're talking about.
I'm hoping that's gonna be enough.
So
While they're like, I'm
Yeah.
totally oblivious to this. I'm also gonna see who's this kid that was taken away by these ruffians.
Tommy.
Tommy.
Yeah.
Have you seen him? Have you seen anything?
No, but apparently he was taken away by those guys.
Would you
I
like
have
to
a crush
help
on
us
Tommy,
find that?
but he doesn't like me. He says my voice is weird. But I don't think that's true.
I lean down and I just say, "Have a beautiful voice.
oh my god,
You remind me of my mother."
That's so sweet. Will you be my dad?
No.
Will you leave? What about my creepy uncle?
Lose the creep.
What about just uncle?
Uncle. I tell you what, we'll hash out the details at a later date, okay? I'll have my
Okay,
guy
Uncle.
meet with your guy. We'll talk this out in court and all, and then we'll get it all squared away. In the meantime, you should go. Althea actually has to meet a friend of ours.
Don't worry, I'll come with.
Yeah, he's if
Some
you're looking for a
mother-daughter
creepy
bonding
uncle-
time is needed.
Indeed, yes, and
Mummy needs some mummy time at the moment.
no. I look at the halfling. I'm like, wait a second. So, Althea, you have to go and see a potential candidate for Rosie's new creepy uncle, as I don't fit the bill. But we have a friend who's currently sorting out accommodation in the tavern, and you should probably let him know that you're going to have Rosie staying with you, as she's now your daughter. I look at Alfie like, I've no idea what's going on. And I'm just like, so you do that, and maybe let Sylvia know what is going on. We're going to go and stay away from the sleeping giant. Basically explore all of town except that place that we are not allowed to go.
But Tommy, we should get Tommy.
Right. Who might be the sleeping giant. But we were told we can't go there, so we're not going to go there.
So what's the plan? Who's going where?
I'm going to the sleeping giant.
So Drock's going to the sleeping giant. Salvia, where are you going?
I'm gonna have a talk
Yeah.
with my team first.
Sure. Yeah.
Team
I'm gonna
Team
huddle
talk.
up.
Group
With the
huddle.
losing team.
With my team or the losing? Oh, the losing
No,
team.
my team.
Yeah, okay, cool.
So I sit down
Uh-huh.
and I have them close and I tell them, this day we lost and it was all because of you.
That was coming.
If this was real life, you would all be gutted and hanged and be dead by now. Think about that when you go to sleep.
Jock hands like a half-time orange to one of his teammates. You should just there like.
A bunch of them just run away crying.
I'm gonna try
have
to be like, what did you do?
They have to learn how the real world works. Sometime, I mean, I'm good with kids.
We should teach Rosie to fight.
Oh
Yeah,
my
you
god!
should teach me
Who
to fight.
is,
She's
Rosie?
7 years old.
Actually, I'm 7 and 3/4.
A
going
gleaming
to go and
endowment.
get my longsword, and I'm going to like take it away, and I'm just going to be like, Senius, I'm going to yeah.
I'm gonna thank Pregnant Chipmunks, donates £15 and says, "What's up, guys? It's going pretty good, Pregnant Chipmunk. Let us know how you want to spend that donation money. Thanks so much. Very, very generous of you, as always."
There's nothing better than just here's a donation, so I can say,
Hey, what's
just
up?
so.
Thanks so much.
I think so Jock is gonna he's going to basically I won't whistle because it will kill every headphone user in chat at the moment, but he starts whistling nonchalantly, striding through town. This is him blending in because he is at a disadvantage to sneak and has no bonus in sneak or anything like that. He doesn't do
Perfect. So Drock is going there. Salvia, are you going to go with him to the Sleeping Giant?
What is everyone else doing?
Good question. Althea, where are you going?
I want to go to the Sleeping Giant, but it's what's happening with Rosie?
I mean, Rosie will follow you around. If you really want to get rid of Rosie, you can send her back to Harlia's for now, and she can turn back up later.
Okay, yeah.
She can go pack.
She can go back to the shadows. Okay, cool. So you send her back. So where do you want to go, Althea, next?
To the Sleeping Giant.
All right, the Sleeping Giant, and finally Sanyas.
I'm following behind Althea.
I'll go there.
Just
go.
like, I am going to kill her if she tries anything.
And thanks to Suddenly Pandas for the host. What's up, Gareth? How's it going, man? Hope you had a good stream
So many
today.
pandas.
Good to see you guys. If you're just joining in from Panda's stream, then we are currently in the town of Phandalin. We've heard there's some ruffians in the Sleeping Giant Inn, and we are just going there now to discover what is inside. So if you guys are new...
skipped over the most important thing that we taught an entire town to embrace and love cricket, and
That is true. They are all loving cricket. However, if you are new to Encounter Roleplay,
A gleaming
I'll shut up and thank
endowment.
Pregnant Chipmunk for donating £15. There now, everyone gets gifts. Thanks so much, Pregnant Chipmunk. So that's £30 in total for everyone gets some magic items. Thanks so much. Very, very generous of you, Pregnant Chipmunk. So I'll get to that in just a few moments here. But if you guys are just tuning in, hit that follow button for me and join us. We're just 9 followers away from 4,600, where you guys will get to decide what happens next in our game. So if you've got a friend who plays D&D or a D&D group or anyone who might be interested in a kind of roleplay, go and tell them. Go tell them to come follow us and get in on this action today. So you guys are going to head off to the Sleeping Giant Inn. However, you are stopped in your tracks along the road by Rosie. Rosie steps out with a boom, and she's carrying a large parcel. I just imagine the girl from Matilda. No, the evil one from Matilda, but like shrunk down into Rosie form. And
A 7-year-old Miss Trunchbull.
yes.
No, in my head, she's 7 foot tall, and she's just Wednesday Addams.
But she steps out and she's got these large parcels in her hand, and she says, "Hey, Mum, and Mums, and Uncle, and Grandma." She looks to Salvia. And you, I've got some things that I thought you might have, so that you don't die. Halia keeps them, so I stole them from her, but don't tell her.
Okay.
Oh no, I have to give it back.
Did you guys know this woman?
Huh?
I'm like, I look at Salvia. I'm like, we've been here like 20 minutes.
Did I see her? Oh, maybe I saw her.
You haven't met Harley yet.
Did you?
No, no one's met Harley
Oh,
yet.
yeah,
No one's gone to a house yet.
We've been here about 20 minutes. I taught people how to play cricket. I absolutely destroyed you, and this. In fact, to be honest, I think that my team deserves some presents as well, and I'll give them all some gold because
Sure. So she hands you she hands you this parcel containing a Clayton, rather. Welcome, Clayton, to the adventure. You're a gentleman and a scholar. Just 8 followers away now, guys. We're getting real close to getting screwed with these guys even more. But yes, she hands you this this parcel, and within, each of you gain a new magical item, courtesy of Pregnant Chipmunk. So you can all look these up either on a D&D wiki or in your own monster, in your own DMG. But let's start with Drock. So Drock, you gain the Filter of Love.
Oh no.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Yes.
If there's ever a beholder, I mean.
Yeah, you could fall in love with a beholder. Yeah, so you find that. To Salvia. Salvia, you gain the Bag of Beans. Have a look up at the Bag of Beans. It's kind of interesting. It's kind of cool. They can come in handy. To Althea. Althea, you gain the Headband of Intellect. So look that up. It's a nice little kind of diadem encrusted headband. It's kind of gothic as well, kind of emo, kind of suits your vibe.
Okay.
And to finally Sanyas, you gain the Boots of Speed. So
Awesome.
Salvia's triggered. Oh man, what's up, Clayton? Good to see you, man. So thanks so much to Pregnant Chipmunk for the magical items. Very generous of you. So Rosie just says,
Hopefully they're good. I'm gonna go back now. You can find me and pick me up later from school, Mum.
Okay.
Oh god.
Okay, cool. Love you.
Frog, did you have this
I love
woman
you.
on your team?
Mom, I said I love you.
You too.
No, you meant to say I love you too, sweetheart.
I love you too, sweetheart.
Now kiss me.
I looked at Alfia. I'm like, I think you did it wrong, but like he has no prompts. To
I'm
give
gonna look to him and be like, what is love?
Mom, that's so deep.
I fall on my own sword.
You should not write poetry, that's so deep.
Rosie hugs you, and then she's like, "Okay, bye." She
Goodbye.
stomps off.
That thing can be human.
That's really mean.
It is a beast.
It is a thing.
That is really mean.
Oh, so
Be
savage.
nice to your granddaughter.
Wow. So, I can't even. Let's Okay, so you guys head towards the sleeping giant tap room, and as you head towards them, you see that it's a little kind of dirty, kind of tap house looking, almost dangerous looking watering hole. And thanks so much to Stet. He donates £1. He says, "Can I adopt Rosie?" Sure thing, Stet. Sure thing, buddy. Thanks for donating, buddy.
Did you just steal Rosie from Althea? Is that what just happened?
I don't know now. We'll see.
I believe so.
But yeah, you you do you come to this dirty little kind of tap house, and do you guys want to just straight up enter in? There are 2 guys on the door who look to be kind of thuggish. They do carry weapons on them, and they don't look to be particularly friendly, even though it's kind of early hours. You probably wouldn't think it would be a particularly like a time for bouncers to be around, you know.
I am. I'm gonna walk up to one of them and just say, "Hello there. I was looking for the Sleeping Giant Tap House."
He like taps on the door quite loudly with a fist. Two more kind of folks kind of step out. Pretty big, burly looking guys. They just stand in the door, cross their arms, and the first guy who you look towards says, "Oh yeah, who's yous? You're new in town."
Yes, and we were told this was a good place to get a drink.
Is that so? You the lot that was playing that new game?
Yes, we were indeed.
Huh. Well, I'm afraid that it's not open right now.
Oh.
Oh,
Do you have
is it
opening hours?
open?
They're not posted anywhere.
It says clearly on the door, "We are open." You can hear from within there are sounds of people talking and drinking,
Yeah.
so you would assume that there
You're
is.
lying. Why do you lie to us?
Why do you lie to me?
Does anyone else kind of get the GLaDOS sort of vibe off Alfea?
Why do you lie to me?
Terrifying.
So he says, "Sorry, not open for your sorts."
Where's
Sanya steps forward and she's just like, looking for a job. Told her, come here.
He says, "Who told you that?"
My contacts are confidential, thank you very much.
He says, "Ain't no jobs in here for you, or your kind. Now listen, we can do this the easy way or we can do this the hard way. Easy way, you give us your stuff, and then fuck off along your way. Or," and he kind of like puts a hand on his club, "we can
I'm
do
going
this the fun way."
I'm gonna like visibly start like you could start seeing like a green glow on my hand, like I'm ready to cast something at him. Like I'm like staring.
As soon as that happens, like, they reach their weapons. Like any sign of like threatening like magic stuff, he's like, she's a caster, and then like they draw their weapons.
Can I?
You may.
You go first.
Yeah, no, Drock is standing up the front, and he's casually got a hand like near his longsword, and he's just going to say, "That's very curious because I was told this was the best brothel in town." Well, that's what I was told, you know. And with the strapping burly men that have just strapped up, I mean, I like your merchandise, and I draw my sword
at this
through
point,
these guys.
At this point, they're about to attack you. So let's roll some initiative. As again to combat. All of these guys appear to be wearing kind of red bandanas over their heads, and they also wear kind of red bits of kind of cloth around their arms. They've got a lot of kind of red theme going on. Seems to be their kind of thing. So Althea, what did you roll?
3. I kind of
Nice. Drock rolled a 10, it looks like.
Yeah, I'm going first out of our group.
Perfect. Salvia, what did you roll?
I'm
9. Sanya's and Salve, it's so hard.
Yeah, I know. Sanyas, what did you roll?
a 9.
A
And
9
we
as
have the
well.
same initiative.
Alright, so between you, Salvia, and Sanyas, who wants to go first?
This happened last time.
Sanya's.
This did happen last
Because
time.
you're fast.
Salvia went first last time, I'll go first this time.
Alright, Sanyas going first this time. Thanks, Coin Armor Up. I always love that name, man.
Before we get into initiative, can I roll
Sure.
a stealth check to see if I can stealthily put some poison on my blades?
You could write a... I mean...
Or sleight of hand.
Yeah, it'd be more like a sleight of hand check.
Yeah.
Is this going anywhere close to how it's supposed to go, and how far away into this campaign? Yeah, it's actually, the part which we're on now is very standard. This is all kind of by-the-book stuff I've been doing. Most of it has been by the book, I have to say. Like, compared to a lot of our other campaigns that have been on story, not far into it.
It's amazing. Like, there's an entire. So if you guys get this, you'll find all the rules for Town Green cricket.
Yes,
with a long
included.
It's all in there. It's
The hot exclusive. Are using Fancy Grounds Vigilance. We are using Roll20.net. So Sanyas on an 8, I'm not going to allow you to do that. These guys are on a 13, so they're actually at the top of the initiative order. So the initiative for this combat reads, the Ruffians go first, followed by Drock, followed by Sanyas, followed by Salvia, and finally Althea. Have I missed anyone out? I don't think I have. Okay.
No, that's it.
Perfect. Also, whilst we're not using a map for this encounter, seeing as kind of a little bit off the cuff, I will announce at this point that we have managed to land a sponsorship with Heroic Maps, and Heroic Maps, they do some awesome maps. If you don't know, you can find them on Drive for RPG, and Heroic Maps, if you just Google it. They do a bunch of really cool maps, and over the next few weeks you'll be seeing, over the next Encounter Roleplay in the future in general, you'll be seeing some really sexy maps pretty much all the time, which is going to be huge, because I know a lot of you guys on the feedback said you wanted more maps, and so I have provided you with them soon. They'll be going soon. Like the highest quality maps you can find on Encounter Roleplay, which is pretty cool. Anyway, not currently right now. We're going to have to use our Theatre of the Mind. Select mode activated. That's the idea, man. So these guys are going first. Drock, I believe you're at the front, right? So
yeah, I am at the front.
You're going to take 2 little beatings here from these guys. Let me just roll over the statistical things real quick. Under red. There we go. They are going to attack you. This guy's got a short sword. It's a +4 to hit, so he's going to roll like so. A 13 versus your armor class, Drock.
No, I get my shield up in time. Nice. It clangs harmlessly off my egg.
The second attack is a 15 versus your armor class.
I parry it to one side with my long sword.
Very nice indeed. Perfect. So those 2 move in. The 2 behind them, one is going to move in to attack Sanyas for an 11 versus your armor class.
Does not hit.
And a bigger guy who's carrying a cudgel is going to attack Salvia for a 17 versus your armor class.
That hits pretty hard.
Yeah, you take 4 damage. So take 4 away from your hit points as he brings down a cudgel, just kind of grazes into your shoulder with a thud and wins you. That is the Ruffians' turn. And like I say, if you have any questions about combat whilst we're going through it, we did explain combat in the previous 2 episodes, but if you have any questions about how we're doing this, stop us if we do anything which you don't understand, and we'll go back and explain. Drock, it is your turn, so what are you doing?
Drock sees Salvia take a hit, and he sort of snarls, which is uncharacteristic. He's usually quite well spoken, but he's a half orc at the end of the day, and he yells, "The only one who beats her is me at cricket," and I'm just going to lunge at this guy
Saved at the ender.
with my demonic shark scream sword.
The only one who beats her is me with cricket.
That's normal and scary. The first part.
Indeed. And I'm gonna swing and a miss. Unfortunately.
Swing and a miss. So a 9 versus their armor class is not high enough. Yep, you do miss, unfortunately. That takes it to Sanya's turn. So Sanyas, what are you going to do?
I am going to move up next to Drock. So I will be within 5 feet of him and go to hit the guy in front of us with the short sword.
All right.
14 hit.
14 is a hit.
Right. So that's 9 damage. Because I'm within 5 feet, I also get my sneak attack, which is an extra 3 damage. That's 12 damage overall.
12.
Filthy rogue.
Filthy rogues. 12 damage is not quite enough to kill him. So you were attacking one which was attacking Drock, am I right?
Yes.
All right. So we'll call it Ruffian number 1 has taken 12 damage. Okay. So that is Sanya's turn. Salvia, your go.
Okay, so are they like really close to us?
Yeah, they are within 5 feet of you all.
Ah, snap.
One is right in your face with a cudgel.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna shag them, 'cause that's what I say.
I hear shag every time.
Yeah,
I know Josh
Every
does too.
time.
Every time.
Shag!
See,
I don't think it helps that you've got a cold.
We were laughing earlier again when you said
Never helps.
when you said
Horror-
last week that you've been
horror
working
house.
at the horror house. The whole house, it sounded like. Anyway, accents are funny. A 10 is not enough, unfortunately, to beat their armor class. So you miss. He manages to parry out of the way with his cudgel, which takes it to Althea's turn.
Can I hit, like,
Yeah.
can I kick someone with my bonus action, or that's an action, right?
I mean, you can, it would be an action to, like, kick them, but you can do it, like, fluff-wise. You can just kick a guy if you want.
Yeah, I wanna kick him and see, like, so he gets down on his knees, like, so he, like, falls down.
If you wanted to, like, tackle him down, it would be a full action to do
Okay,
that,
fuck
but
it.
I'll let you just kick a dude in the ass anyway. Looks like Kira is on a good fire break. So we'll get back to Althea. It's not me just missing her out like I did last week, so we'll get back to her in a minute. Shagged to death. Ruffians, it is your turn.
Alright then, let's do some clobbering.
The two attacking Drock are going to go in for a 19 and an 11 versus your armor class Drock.
Well, a 19 hits me.
I thought it might do. You take 3 damage, lowest amount of damage possible, as he manages to just find a dagger through the chinks in your armor and just kind of get into your side. It doesn't hit anything vital, but it scrapes and really hurts.
Yeah, down the ribs.
Yeah, the other guy, you managed to get your shield up and block it in time as he brings down his hammer upon you. Salvia, the man attacking you with a cudgel, was a pretty big dude. He swings in for a 9 versus your armor class with a double-handed swing.
It's not hit.
I thought so.
I duck it like a cool person.
Yeah, you duck it like a cool person. And finally, Sanya,
A generous bestowal.
a 9 as well.
Does not hit.
And thanks so much to the Frog123, done his £5 and says, Salvia, a D69 please on that birthday table. Thanks so much to Frog. Very generous, my friend. So a miss against Sanyas there. If you roll me 1D69,
Oh,
Salvia.
Jesus.
Oh boy. This is the birthday table. Let me give the if you can give the Frog 123 like gold flaming kill, that'd be super helpful, buddy. A 14. All right, we'll get that in a moment. Oh my god. Oh, this is so fucking good. That is the best roll on the table ever. That is their turn. Drock, it's yours. In fact, Althea's back, so we'll rewind in time to get back to your turn. So Althea, there's a man. Well, 4 of them are attacking your friends. There's not one currently attacking you because you're back. But 2 are attacking Drock. The other 2 are individually fighting Sanyas and Salvia.
I'll target one. I'll target the one that was like being a dick to us at the door.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna cast Ray of Sickness on him. And I do actually have inspiration still from like the first episode that I forgot to use. So I'd like to use it for this.
All right. Okay.
Will hit. So what he'll need to do is make a Constitution save, and if he fails, he gets disadvantage on ability checks.
Okay, his constitution is 10. So he's got disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls. Which guy did you want to target this?
The guy that was like being a dick at the door to us.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, head honcho,
We'll
so-
say he's number 2. So disadvantage, and he also takes 9 poison damage. So number 1 has taken 12 damage, number 2 has taken 9 damage, 3 and 4 as of yet uninjured. But let's fast forward back to the present day. And I believe it was Drock's turn?
It is
Indeed.
Drock is going to try again, hopefully this time, to cut into this guy who's attacking Salvia with the cudgel, because he's the biggest guy. So obviously, Drock's going to go for him. He's doing even worse. On an 8, it's just getting worse.
The shark scream is not fulfilling its duty today, unfortunately for you. Unfortunately. Okay, Len. So that's a miss from Drock. It takes it to Sanya's turn.
I am gonna short sword number 1 in the face again.
Do it.
Good idea.
Just do it.
Just do it.
No.
Not on an 8. You guys are rolling pretty
You
terribly
join me.
today.
You join me.
Yeah.
On my level of rolling.
Indeed. So no luck from Sanyas there. What's up, Beast Runner? Good to see you, buddy. It's Salvia's turn. On your turn, Salvia, I'm going to bring in the D69 birthday table on a 14. Oh, wait, no. Oh, I really want it to be a 13. Oh, no, I misread it and now I'm sad because I thought it was 13. and I thought it was the Warwickogram. Warwick Davis turns up whether you like it or not. God damn. Almost tempted to make it that one anyway. But the party bags on a 14. A small silk bag that seems to rive impulsive magic. Roll a number of D10Ks equal to the amount of players currently in the game. Then after hearing the results, distribute them to the other players. So there are 4 players in the game right now. So each one of you can roll a D10,000. As this bag, as you're fighting this dude with a cudgel, and his bag just slips out from his kind of breast area, breast pockets, and flips down.
He throws it, and I accidentally slice it, and it just goes everywhere. And unfortunately, that's what I hit instead. Oh my god!
So high. She rolled so high.
Wait. Let me scroll up to show these guys in chat.
No!
How high she... Oh my giddy aunt. 9988 is so high. I'm so worried about this. Okay, let me do that one first. So exclamation point D 10k to see what happens here. You can of course usually donate for these wild magic surges, but these ones happen thanks to our birthday table. So 9988, right?
Yeah.
Hey, it's not even that bad. Oh, it's actually not that bad. Phew. 9988 reads, water consumed in this area tastes like fine wine. It's actually good.
Okay.
It tastes real good.
In this area.
In this area. In the sleeping giant tap room, it tastes great.
No. I gave all those kids my water.
You gave all those kids water. You've gotten them drunk off their faces.
No!
You irresponsible adult.
I was trying to be so responsible and they got them all drunk.
Althea rolled 804, nice and low. So let's see. Yeah, most profitable tavern ever. Yeah, they're getting some raking in the money here. 804. Caster displays all signs of full demonic possession. What is new? What is new? I mean, you are literally already possessed by a demon. You have no soul. Basically, nothing much changes from that, which is pretty hilarious.
I'd interpret it as she'll get.
Yeah, maybe she gets some like horns or something.
I think she'd express more emotion and like.
Okay, sure.
Bad intention, which sucks because she was actually well intended with Rosie, but.
Oh dear, poor Rosie. Drock rolled. Sanius, roll a D10K real quick. Drock rolled 4459, right? 4459 reads, if a target is carrying a pouch, which let's say you are, it becomes a small bag of holding. Nice. That's pretty awesome.
Cool.
So you're getting a bag of holding. And what did you roll, Sanias?
3747.
3747 reads, when caster next enters a lake, she decides to become amphibious.
What is it with me and water today?
Yeah. So Beth's got 2 so far, one of which reads, the caster cannot cross moving water while wearing clothes, and now whenever she enters a lake, she decides to become amphibious. So,
weirdly convenient.
Weirdly convenient, yeah, weirdly. Anyway, that was Salvia's. Salvia, it's your turn. What do you wish to do on your turn?
I'm gonna be cool, of course.
Of course.
As always. I'm gonna try to grapple the closest person next to me, like one of the bad guys.
Yeah.
And make so the person that goes next can shank them.
Shank them. Okay.
Yes.
What kind of move do you want? So, sorry, say that again to me. You want to kind of like tackle him, bring him to the ground.
Like a grapple.
Yeah. Roll me.
Yeah, grapple.
Yeah, roll me an athletics check to just kind of grapple him to the floor. Mermaid confirmed. Also, guys, we're just 8 followers away at this point, so if you haven't followed yet and you need to encounter roleplay, hit that follow button for us and join us. There are a lot of new people around and a lot of new faces, so get following. A 12, I'll roll his athletics, so it'll be an opposed. So he's fairly athletic. He rolled 15, so you can't quite grapple him to the ground, unfortunately. You try and do it, but you can't. Althea, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm going to have any of them, like, skipping back in time, did any of them try to attack me or anything?
None of them have actually physically attacked you at this point, no.
Okay, they're all still distracted.
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, I am going to cast Chill Touch.
Nice, nice.
And
And thanks so much to Intertooth for following. Welcome, my friend, to the adventure. You're a gentleman and a scholar. One more
And-
closer, guys. One closer.
assuming I'm gonna target 2 people who are within 5 feet of each other. And with my Reaper
Yep.
feature. So
Still the creepiest thing in the world.
Yeah.
So it's just like this like green ghostly hand's gonna appear and attempt to grab 2 of them.
Nice.
Oh,
Nat 20. Hell yeah. So you grab 2 of them. Do you want to grab the ones fighting Drock or the ones fighting Salvia and Sanyas? Up to you.
Salvia and Sanyas.
Okay, we're gonna say on a nat 20 of the Reaper, and you're in full demonic possession at this point. You just grab them, and you just drain the life from their bodies, and they just become cold, limpless corpses on the floor.
Terrifying.
Yeah, so you just go like, and suddenly like, they just die. You go full Darth Vader on them, basically. You just destroy it.
In my mind, like Rosie is just staring like out from an alleyway. She's just like, "Good mother, good."
That is so cool. What's up, Lion? Top of round 3, it's the Ruffians' turn. There are 2 of them left. They're both fighting Drock at this point, and they're fairly determined to hit him. So, a 11 and an 18, Drock.
An 18 hits me. It's bang on my armor class.
Bang on. You take 5 damage as he brings down the short sword into your across your chest hit. Yes, you're
Okay.
It's your turn now.
Indeed. Right. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do 2 things. First of all, as a fighter at level 1, you get a cool thing called Second Wind, which means I can spend can regain hit points equal to 1d10 plus my fighter level, so that's 1d10 plus 1, which I'm going to roll right now because I'm pretty banged up. So let me just do that as a bonus action, and then I'm going to use my full action to hopefully 7. Cool.
7.
I'm back to full hit point. Oh no, not quite.
Nice.
So yeah, I'm going
Good
to
bit of
turn
healing.
around to these guys, and I'm going to try and intimidate them. Like give them the display of some 2 guys just were drained entirely, and I think one of the survivors is injured. So I'm going to turn to them like roaring with rage and just say, "You want to die for a brothel full of scum? Then be my guests. My friend here will be happy to oblige you with death."
I'm
and-
gonna like stare. Like,
I'll let you roll an intimidation with advantage for the fact that Althea just destroyed right there. Also, thanks so much to D&D is awesome. Welcome, my friend, to the adventure. You're a gentleman and a scholar. We're just 7 away from another viewer decision.
Wow, Josh.
I have rolled so badly. In fact, that is just steadily getting worse.
Yep. Despite the awesomeness of Althea's double kill there, you're not able to intimidate them on your turn. It's Sanyas's turn. There are 2 of them left standing. One of them is... Oh, in fact, they're both fairly injured at this point.
I'm gonna laugh at Drock's attempt to intimidate them and stab one of them with my short sword.
Nice. Dread Pirate Mick, this is Lost Mine of Phandelver, indeed, as the title would
For a
suggest.
22
A 22 is definitely a hit.
for 6 damage, plus my sneak attack, because you said they're all within 5 feet, so I'm guessing we are all within 5 feet too.
Cool.
Indeed, you are standing next to me.
Do you want that to be on the initial dude who gave you lip, or the second guy?
The initial dude who gave me lip, so
Alright,
that's for 7 damage.
You kill him. He goes down.
Awesome.
You run him through. He looks surprised as he sees the blade like enter his stomach. He looks down and he falls back. Hits the floor.
Didn't see the halfling there.
Yeah, he's only 2 feet. Salvia, it's your turn. You've got one guy left standing. You can see that he's clutching a wound on his arm, which looks like it could be enough to really lay him out for a good few months, or even kill him if he didn't receive medical attention. He's clearly hurting. So what is your turn? What are you gonna do?
Well, I'm gonna stab him.
I like
Shank him.
Straight up
Okay, let's
kill.
see if it works. And if it works, I want to stab him in his eye. If he dies. Which we
Okay.
hope.
And that one.
Oh no. No.
You killed Rosie, who appears now.
Oh well, I mean that's not too bad.
I mean, for you, that'd probably be fine. No, you you see on a nat one, he just like tosses he kind of blocks it up, and your dagger goes flying off onto the ground as he basically disarms you. Your dagger goes kind of spinning off away.
I was so ready to get stabbed there. I was like,
I was as well, to be honest, because you would have been stabbing him over my head.
That is Salvia's turn. Althea, it's your turn.
Okay.
Reaper. You're playing a cleric, aren't you?
That's fair.
Yeah, and I'm playing a fighter, and I haven't hit anyone, and you've murdered 2 dudes and poisoned another one. So depressed.
So what's you gonna do?
Hmm.
What's a deaf cleric to do?
I'm going to cast Sacred Flame. And this is the first time I'm gonna be casting it since the first time you guys saw it. So it's gonna, instead of looking like a bright shimmering light like it was before that was purifying evil, it's like a dark black flame that's just engulfing the void.
Nice.
Gonna engulf it. So we'll have to make a DC 13.
Dex saving throw. Alright, it's kind of dexterous. We'll see if you can make it. It's a nat 20. So I gotta say on a nat 20, it seems only fair that we all get to do some things in nat 20s. He like dodges out the way and he just starts running straight down the road, and he is headed this way towards the manor. So he's going from the inn. Whoops. So he's going kind of this way from the giant inn up to the kind of manor up the road up there. And he is fleeing as fast as he can possibly flee. It's the top of round 4. So technically it's his turn. He's just pacing it. He's dashing away. So he's at this point, we'll say he's like 30 feet away from you guys, I guess. In fact, no, he double moves, so 60 feet away. So he's 60 feet away. Drock, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna barrel after him. Realize I'm not gonna catch him, and I'm gonna pray that I actually do something relatively decent here. I'm going to throw my hand axe and hopefully hit him between the shoulder blades and just end his hasty retreat. Finally.
Nice. So that's a 20 for 6 damage.
He's not dead, is he? You're gonna tell me he didn't die.
He has taken 15 out of 16 hit points currently. So he's got an axe embedded in his back. He's still running on 1 hit point currently. This guy is a trooper. He's headed straight up towards the
He's
mansion.
still running
Yeah, he's still going. He's got an axe in his
with an
back.
axe in his back.
Yep. Yes, he is.
Wow.
Drock's turn. That
Somebody
was
light him up.
Sanya's turn. This guy's running off adrenaline and sheer determination, I guess. Sanyas, it's your turn. The guy is 60 feet away
God
from
damn
you.
it, I don't get my bonus action to add movement, do I? Because I'm only level 1.
Okay,
God
level
damn it.
1.
And he said he's 60 feet away.
He is 60 feet away from you.
In that case, as a bonus action, I'm going to click my heels together with my pretty new boots and double my movement to 50 feet. And run after him. And then for my action, I'm going to throw my dagger at him. I know it's not, in theory, a thrown weapon, so what do you want me to roll?
No, the dagger is a
Dagger is
thrown
thrown
Is it-
weapon. 1d20 plus
cool.
dex.
Plus dex, isn't it?
plus dex, 1d4 damage.
Yeah.
Plus whatever your dex is. I think. If this
Alright.
guy makes
Doesn't
it,
hit.
this guy is like
Nope, 7 is a miss.
In my head, I'm just like yelling, Legolas, bring him down!
You've thrown a thrown axe at this guy, you've stabbed him twice, you've thrown a dagger at him, he's still going. Man, this guy's a hero. However, we have hit 35 retweets. Incredible work, guys. Thanks so much.
Not now.
Which means that a viewer decision is about to happen. So underneath this line here in the chat, you guys are going to decide what happens next in our game. So there is one ruffian who is still alive. There are 4 of them. The other 3 are dead. He is running straight up to this large manor building here on the map, and he's 60 feet away from the party as it currently stands. He's going from right here up to here, and he's trying to escape as best as possible. So what happens next? Throw out your ideas into the chat, and the most popular decision that gets into a straw poll will actually affect our game and happen. If you're new to Encounter Roleplay on the hour, I remind you guys, hit that follow button and join us. We're just 7 followers away from a 3rd viewer decision, the holy triplicate of viewer decisions. So if you're new and you haven't followed, then hit that button. You get 100 free gold when you do, and you can also enter into our giveaway for the D&D 5th edition starter set, which you can find down below there in the chat. So if you want to play this game, which we're playing right now, The Lost Mine of Phandelver, then you can enter into the giveaway and be in for a chance to win. So it'd be awesome to have 3 viewer decisions to really screw up the party. So let's see what we can do. Throw your ideas, and the most popular one will actually happen. And thanks so much to Upanot for following. Welcome to the adventure, my friend. You are a gentleman and a scholar. Guys, we're just 6 followers away. We've got another hour left of this game here, so let's make sure that we get all of these decisions in. And thanks so much to Lucky Strikes for following as well. Just 5, guys. You're a gentleman and a scholar. It's so close right now. So close right now. Awesome stuff. Let's continue onwards. That was Sanyas's turn.
I think for the straw poll, we should have the house is sentient, and he like gets there and he's just eaten by the house.
He's eaten by the house, yeah. Perfect. At Sanyas's turn, Salvia, it is yours. He's still 60 feet away from you. What's the plan?
I'm gonna try to crossbow him and end his suffering, if it works. I don't know. Might.
Try and crossbow him. I like it.
Yes.
And thanks so much to Crimson Shields for following. Welcome to the adventure, my friend. You're a gentleman and a scholar.
4 to go.
So 4 to go, guys. A 20 is a hit.
Can I shoot him in the head?
You certainly can. Yeah. And thanks so much to Palace for following as well. You're a gentleman and a scholar. We're just 3 followers away, guys. 3 away. We got this. Yes, you shoot him in the back of the head, and with a thunk, it lands in there and buries itself into his brain as he dies in the middle of the street. There is a lot of commotion in the street currently. People have heard that there's a lot of combat going on, that people are fighting. This is a small village. Word and sound travels very quickly. 4 men have just been murdered. And you see the door to the tavern basically has been shut, and it sounds like it's been barricaded from within. Whoever's there doesn't want you to be inside, patrons within are huddling down if you look through the windows.
Flaming has just said, do we need to remove all the ruffian-related viewer decisions now?
No, go ahead. We'll keep it in. Don't worry. There are ways, guys. There are ways. Keep him in. We'll still vote on him because we can always bring him back, Anyway.
No, don't bring him back.
Yeah, we can bring him back, guys. We've already had one zombie in this game.
Christ.
Why the hell not? No restarts. Carry on. Continue. So he was running towards this manor at the top there, and there seems to be movement from other figures at the manor there in the kind of middle distance. You see them kind of come out, and they're kind of little kind of sketchy figures at this point. You can't really make them out very well, and then you see them just kind of like slam the doors inside. You do manage to make out. In fact, quickly, all of you roll me a perception check. And tell me what you get. Alfaro 23, Salvia on a 13,
wow.
Sanias 23. Drock, what did you get?
It hasn't loaded.
No worries.
Try that again. You said perception.
Yeah, just a quick perception check. That's on Zarek. So perfect. 20. You guys see that the guys from the manor are wearing the same red insignias, like bandanas, bits of red clothing on them around their bodies, and then they just shut the manor doors as you see him being like shot by Salvia. Thanks so much to Total Party Wipeout for following. Welcome, my friend, to the adventure. You're a gentleman and a scholar. Let's hope that doesn't happen to this party. 2 followers away now, guys. Just 2. So what are you guys doing?
I'm kind of gonna stand over the bodies of like the 3 that are dead, and I'm just gonna kind of mutter under my breath, "Balthazar shall have your souls."
Nice. And thanks so much to Red Devil for following. Welcome to the adventure, my friends. You're a gentleman and a scholar. Just 1 more is needed for another 3rd viewer decision in this crazy game. So, if we could throw that viewer decision out, Flaming Killer, because I think we're going to have another one coming up here in a moment. So probably best to get through them. What is Salvia doing, first of all, here?
I'm gonna walk up to the guy I killed.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna stand on his head and then like pull the crossbow bolt out of his head and clean it off of my clothes and put it back in my bag.
Nice.
And be like,
Nice.
"May the Lord have mercy, O soul."
He doesn't reply because he is dead.
Yep. I thought that's good.
That was a
You
yep.
don't want him to reply.
And thanks so much to Alaskan Shrake for following. Welcome, my friend, to the adventure. You're a gentleman and a scholar. We did it, guys. 4,600 followers. That's amazing stuff. Thank you so much for that. We're going to have another viewer decision in a few moments. We need to get the decision from this one first. So to get the next one, all we have to do is go and vote on this straw poll that Flaming Killer has put in chat. He's spamming it around, so go ahead and check it out. I put it there as well. So you guys vote on your favorite one. The most popular one will happen once that is in effect. The next view decision can occur. So let's see. So Salvia does that. Drock, what are you up to?
Drock, like sighs in relief that the man is finally dead. Here's like the barricading of the tap house behind him. Looks towards the manor house, sees like more people emerging. Sighs, goes to clean the blood off his sword and realizes he's failed to draw any blood and is pissed about that and is going to go retrieve his hand axe if he can.
Okay. And what about Sanyas at this point?
Whereabouts did the guy die?
He died along the road, so 60 feet away from you at this point still. Yeah, a little bit. Well, I guess 30 feet you ran along, so. On the road up to the manor.
How many feet away is the manor?
I mean, it's in the kind of near distance. It would be like a few minutes walk.
In that case, I'm walking towards the manor.
Okay.
I saw people. I'm curious.
All right, so at this point, you see the armored figure of Sildar, who looks somewhat drunk, running towards you, and he's like, "What the hell happened here?"
I turn to Sildar and I just say, "It appears we have somewhat of a disagreement with some of the local drunk ruffians."
Already?
Yes, it's
They
good
wouldn't
that we
let us
have-
get a drink. I just kind of turn around. What do you expect? And just keep walking.
He says there might be some repercussions for this, like murdering people in streets and stuff.
Well,
I
mean,
think
they,
this is a pretty
did try
unanimous
to-
decision, by the way.
Yeah, they did try to kill us too.
They attacked us.
Well, yeah, I can I can see that you made short work of them.
It's like Drock like looks awkwardly to the floor. He's like, yeah, no, it was.
Did you take these all alone, mate?
Drop mumbles.
Yeah. He says, "Well, I'll tell you what. I will go to the Townmaster's Hall and try and smooth this whole thing over. Where's the little one going?"
The Druck is like walking towards this manor as well.
Yeah. So okay. Well, I'll go to the town hall. Try not to get you arrested. You guys check out the manor. Yeah. Good stuff. The manor. Great. Good luck in there, Drock, and the rest of you.
Should we not finish the business we were here for?
I mean, yeah, probably at some point. You don't have to do it now, though, I guess, if you got urgent business.
I mean, if half the town tries to kill us, we should probably get on with our dealings and perhaps leave this town.
Did we ever deliver the merchant?
No,
we didn't.
No.
In that case, I'm gonna ask Sildar to deliver the merchandise for us.
He nods. Of course. I've got some. I might not get to that immediately because of the whole, murder in the streets thing, but I'll get to it.
Awesome.
Cool. He heads off. So the group of you are headed towards the manor, right?
I'm only going as far as the body is because I need my axe back.
Yeah.
And then I will probably leave and head towards unloading a provision.
Okay. Thanks so much to Delotrius for following. Welcome, my friend, to the adventure. You're a gentleman and a scholar. Okay, so Drock turns to leave to help Sildar with the equipment. Does anyone stop him, or...?
No.
No.
Nah.
So, Drock, you go back to Barthen's to check that out.
I sort of yell like a gesture for the party to follow me, but I don't really check if they're, because I just assume they're smart enough not to walk into a manor house and die, but not smart enough to check.
Okay. All right. Perfect. So, what is Sanyas? What are the ladies doing? Are you going into the manor?
I just kind of want to check it out and see what's going on, see if I can get a better sense of everything that's going on.
Yeah.
Can I spend a hit die?
Yeah, if you want to take a short rest, you can spend hit die.
Are everyone agreed to that?
Maybe we can get close enough to kind of look at it, but take a short rest.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that.
You can kind of shelter in the kind of hill cover, I suppose, that you can see here because it rises up. So you can kind of duck into the kind of shade and cover and take a rest and spend any hit dice that you want to. Drock, you can spend any hit dice that you want to as well. So there's that.
Drock has disappeared momentarily.
So
Zooming out.
all right, so you guys take a rest. You watch the manor from a distance, and you see that there is movement from within, from people who shut the curtains and close all the kind of windows and shut the doors, and basically just shore up the entire house.
How effective is that? Bearing in mind it looks like the building's falling apart on the map.
The building itself does look old, yeah, it does look old and kind of ruined, but it is effective in shutting all the basic entrances to the house. So yeah, and you're watching that as you're taking your rest. But as that happens, we're going to bring in our viewer decision here, which looks like it is clearly won the vote. The last one, a magical fairy comes down to grant each of the party, causing a wild magic surge while also giving them magic items. Perfect. So, luckily I've got my magic items up. So each of you roll me a d10,000, if you'd be so kind. And I will tell you what happens next.
It says a wild magic surge, not a wild magic surge each. So maybe you should roll
Causing
it.
a wild magic surge, that is true. Alright, so 1d3.
Okay. Ignore my...
Oh, in that case, we'll just... Whoever rolled first. So Salvia, you clearly offered yourself up to the d10,000 gods. Very generously. So you guys see a blue speck appear in the sky. And it grows closer, kind of worms its way towards you very haphazardly. And the blue kind of mist almost just kind of becomes much larger. And as it grows towards you, and you're kind of worried what this kind of magical presence might be, it forms into a blue man, and this man is about 6 feet tall. He looks about standard. Looks about standard kind of human size, and this blue guy has a very large moustache, kind of handlebar style, and he says, "How can I help you?" "Oh, magic." And on 6, what was your roll? Sorry there.
6280.
6280 reads. 6280 is. Oh, target is immune to beneficial magic for 2d4 days. So. Oh wait, 6280. Wait, 62. My bad, not 60. 6280 reads. My mistake, guys.
You die.
Target is surrounded by vermin and small pests. Salve, you become surrounded. He says magic, and suddenly a bunch of rats. And worse, like worms and all sorts of insects just kind of appear all around you, begin to kind of crawl all over you. He goes, that is not quite what I expected. I tell you what, instead of that magic, how about this? And he turns himself from a blue man into a blue sword, and a glimmering blade appears before you. This sword is a long sword. It's a +1 long sword for the sake of this, and you can tell that it does indeed have some kind of magical presence to it, as this glowing long blue sword, finely made, looks one of the finest blades that you guys have probably ever seen. In front of you.
But it didn't take away my curse.
Didn't take away your rats or anything. No, the rats are still everywhere.
Can you take this away? What is this?
The man who was there has actually turned into this sword, so he kind of transforms his body from man into sword.
Fuck. Oh my god!
Disgusting.
Hey, someone pick me up. Hello? Someone.
The noise emits from the sword.
I have a feeling we should not take that sword.
Oh, go on. Touch me.
Are we all getting magic items from this one?
There is that item before you.
If you reverse my curse, I will let someone use you. Otherwise, you will stay an unused sword.
Go on. Touch me. Touch my sword.
No!
Someone.
Sanyas she looks at it and she's like, it's as long as I am tall. She just kind of pokes it.
So you poke the sword. It feels cold to the touch.
Cool. Yeah, I was like, I don't think I could carry you. You're long. Yeah, you're too long.
Take me to the big guy.
But he's disappeared. I lie down next to the sword, and the sword is longer than she is tall.
Well, fine. If no one wants me, then I'll go.
I'm just gonna grab it. Annoyed at this thing. Shut up now.
So you just grab the sword, and it feels pretty light to the touch.
Oh, thank you. Good.
Do you do anything?
Yeah. It's gotta swing me. I'm here for all sorts, moral support, jokes, also swinging. Pretty good at swinging.
Or how about you just don't say anything?
I could do that too.
That'd be great.
Give the sword to Rosie. Okay, so Drock, you're back with the supplies. Let's cut to you for a moment. You're back with the supplies, loading them to Barthen's. As you come to Barthen's provisions and the loading up the cart, a man steps out, and we go way back up here. Barthen's himself looks to be a ginger man, and he steps out and he says, "Are you from? You must be from the, Gundren. You're from Gundren?"
Ah, yes. Gundren Rockseeker from Neverwinter. We arrived with some supplies for you.
Aye, that's most welcome. Welcome. So you can deliver them in, and I'll hand out the gold. Is it just you? There are usually some others that come.
They're currently probably setting themselves up in the tavern and finding accommodation for the night. I'm just here to collect what's ours. And obviously see to your merchandise is all in fit condition to be sold.
Aye. Alright, well, we'll come inside. Come on here. And he leads you inside his kind of humble little shop. And he says, well, it's 10 gold pieces each, so how many of you are there?
There are 4 of us in total.
Alright then.
5 actually, sorry, I always forget him.
Yeah, he says,
sighs deeply.
Sildar, yeah.
You mean like the fact that this guy knows who I'm talking about and I haven't even mentioned their name? I'm like,
yeah, he nods. Yeah. Well, here's 50 gold. Thanks for bringing all the stuff. If I can be of any help to you, then just ask. However, I do have a little thing I thought I'd ask, seeing as you look like you know how to handle yourself. You see, Gundren's got 2 younger brothers, names Nundro and Farden, and they're camped somewhere outside of town. I ain't seen them in 10 days, and they were supposed to return any day now with to resupply, but they haven't come back, and they said that they'd found something big. I know Gundren had been talking about finding something big, so I'm a little worried about them. If you could, maybe if you're on your way back to Neverwinter, or if you're staying around, you could have a look into it for me. I'd be happy to pay.
No, absolutely. That sounds troubling. Did they specify any sort of direction where their camp was?
Yeah, I'll give you directions to where they're camping. He marks it on your map. Follow the Tribor Trail up north here, and you should come to it.
Is it, that's from what I understand, I saw miners on the south side of town, not the north side. So if they're not mining, what are they doing out there?
More kind of prospecting, I suppose. Looking for new areas to mine, other than just the old mine. Because if there's precious materials there, then
I sort of like. I'm not sure how I feel about this guy yet, so I'm gonna just straight up ask him. By prospecting, I hope you mean legally. It's not.
Oh yeah, no. As far as I'm aware, it's perfectly legal for them to be doing it. However, there's been some trouble with ruffians in the area. Like they call themselves the Redbrands, and well, they've been coming here asking me where I can find the 2 brothers, where we might be able to get in touch with them. I don't trust them as far as I can throw him. And listen here, he leans forwards conspiratorially. He says, "Don't go to the Sleeping Giant Inn. That's where they hang out. And also, the rumor is that they've got their fort at Tressendar Manor up on the hill.
Right.
So, I'd stay clear if I were you."
Do you not have a town guard that can deal with this sort of thing?
The town guards don't really exist in a place like Phandalin. There's 3 quote-unquote guards in the Townmaster's Hall, but it's a small village and mostly rely on adventurers around here anyways.
Just out of curiosity, Would these red bands be the sort of people that might have a bounty on their head?
Oh sure, yeah. Or at least they would do if anyone wasn't so afraid of them. The town master, he hasn't placed anything on him because he's afraid that he himself is going to get his teeth kicked in.
I understand. Well, I'm not sure if I'll be staying around town for too long, but I promise you this: if I hear anything about the two brothers, and I should be heading in that direction, so I'll see what I can find. And if
appreciate it.
I'll bring word back to you.
Thanks. He goes to, like, clap your hand for a handshake.
I thump his hand.
Yeah. Sounds like there was some commotion out in town earlier, so careful on the roads.
You must be talking about my cricket game. It was fantastic. You'll have to venture out. I've got the kids organizing a community sport. It's going to be fantastic.
That sounds like grand fun. You'll have to let me know next time you're around. Fortunately, I'm a little bit busy. I gotta unpack all of these provisions that you brought in. So, if there's anything else, just holler at me. And he goes out to kind of start unpacking provisions with Sildar.
Real quick, what's going on with the viewer decision?
The viewer decision is going to come in soon. Don't worry. We're going to bring it in at an appropriate moment.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to check out because okay, in which case I will head out. And so I guess I'd head back to the tavern, expecting the party maybe to have gone there.
Yeah, the tavern aren't there, and Toblin within, if you ask, says that they haven't been back.
I head out towards the manor then.
Sure, you find them there, camping out just a little ways beyond it, and Althea has a new blue sword, which can apparently speak.
Jock. Would you like this sword?
A generous bestowal.
It's a little arrogant, but...
Thanks so much to the frog. He donates £5. Says a D69 for alfalfa. Thanks so much, my friend.
I like it indeed.
Very generous of you, the frog. So if you can roll a D69, Althea, as well, we'll say that you found this in the interim period here.
Yeah. There was a casual 49 just where you were camped. I will reach for the sword, thinking when you say arrogant, I think you mean it's like a pretentious sword because it's a blue sword. Who has a blue sword? If it speaks though, Jock is going to be freaked out.
Yeah, it says hello.
Jock is freaked out. Jock is, that's that's an interesting ventriloquism act you've got there, Kira. Not Kira. I broke the fourth wall entirely. Althea. just end me now. So Althea, that's an interesting ventriloquism act.
It's not an act.
She is also found or been gifted by the little sword fellow here, the blue man, with the mithril combat hammer. A huge hammer with a sigil depicting a running man. You receive a large +3 warhammer, and are proficient in it. However, while wielding it, you feel compelled to only talk in rhymes. So there's a huge hammer lying on the ground as well. Hey, pick it up.
I don't want it.
Hey, big boy, pick up the hammer.
I'll pick it. If it doesn't look like magical and it's not talking, I'm like, cool. You keep your talking sword. I'll take the hammer because honestly, he picks it up and he's like, now honestly, we need to figure out what to do because I need to come back with you. And really, what is one to do with? I haven't got a clue what's going on. Did you? Right, you two undo whatever. Chuck is angry but confused.
Is there something wrong?
Welcome. Thanks so much to Maru Nose and Cloak and Meeple for following. Welcome, my friends, to the adventure, your gentlemen and scholars.
If you're asking me if something is amiss, I'd be well within my rights to assume you're taking the piss.
Welcome.
What the bloody hell is going on? Everything I say sounds like a song. This Listen, are we going to progress towards the manor? Because right now I have an appointment with Tanner. No, I don't. What is going? Oh, he drops the hammer.
There is something seriously wrong going on with us.
That has never happened before. I like it.
The sword says.
Drock internally likes it, but he's confused.
Is Rock still holding the sword?
No, Drock didn't touch the sword. Drock is not touching it.
Well, okay, so I guess I'm still holding it. I thought I told you to not talk.
I'm going to take the hammer because I like talking in rhyme.
Okay. So, at this point, we're going to have our third viewer decision of the day. So thank you guys for all the follows, all the retweets, and all the donations thus far. So we're going to have our third one, which means you guys are going to decide what happens next. And my question for you, lovely folks, is what is inside the manor? We obviously know that there are some of these Redbrand Ruffians within, but what else is inside the manor? You can decide whether it's a monster or an item or a quest or absolutely whatever. So underneath this line here, throw out your ideas. It's a black hole. As to what could happen next, and we'll bring it into the game. Of course, if you are new to Encounter Roleplay, hit that follow button for us and join us on our adventure here. We're here 5 nights a week, 10 shows every week, 150 hours every single month of D&D. We stream more D&D than anyone else on the Twitches, so be sure to follow us if you don't already. Also enter into the giveaway for the D&D 5th edition starter set down below in the chat there, so you can play this game yourselves. Other than that though, I guess let's dive back into it. You guys are coming up to the manor. On your approach up to it, you can see that the manor is pretty ruined and pretty old, other than the fact it's been shell-burned. Welcome, Shellburn, to the adventure. You're a gentleman and a scholar. But you see that it's old, it's kind of tumbling down a lot of it, but all of the doors have been closed and sealed, all of the windows have been shut similarly, all the curtains have been drawn across. And thanks so much to Gopher for following. Welcome, my friend, to the adventure. You're a gentleman and a scholar as well. So that's what you see on your approach. It's kind of like a causeway up on the kind of drive-through up, I suppose. And you come to a large, fairly dilapidated door, which has been shut. Although it is kind of rotted, it doesn't look like it could withstand much. What's the plan?
Do we see any people, like, just from looking at the manor?
From looking in, it doesn't seem like anyone is actually standing in the windows. I mean, they've all been kind of shuttered and closed, so you can't really see any signs of life within.
Can I do some investigation to see, like, if there's any tracks from people or monsters or magic or anything?
Yeah, roll me an investigation check.
As you do that, Drock is surveying. So it looks pretty warm, like this whole building, and he says, "I feel this entire place looks rather damaged. It's almost as if the whole place has been ravaged."
On a 22, Salvia, you see there's been a lot of travel track-wise to and from the manor. So it's been well-worn, beaten tracks, several sets of footprints walk here. More than you could really count. A lot of people use this area, despite the fact that it's dilapidated.
Alright. Well, I'm gonna try to sneak up to one of the windows and peek inside, if that's possible.
Of course. Did you say you want to kind of peek open a door?
No, is there
Sorry.
any windows?
The windows are all shut and closed.
Oh, shit. Oh, well, the door it is then.
Alright, well the door is locked when you try it. But like I say, it's got kind of oaken timbers, kind of rotted.
I'm gonna carefully try to, pick the lock, I guess.
Okay, sure. You can roll me a sleight of hand. If you want to kind of unlock. See, on an 8, you kind of you jimmy the lock, but you can't quite go at it, and you feel the lock just kind of snap as you apply pressure, and this old kind of lock just breaks, and you hear from within some murmurs. People
It's
are talking.
terrifying.
So you can really make out.
While this is going on, can I like look at this sword and maybe try to attune to whatever
Yeah.
it might have?
Sure. So yeah, roll me a quick Arcana check.
Okay.
Beholders. And that one. No. You have no luck attuning to your item whatsoever. Actually gives you a mild headache trying to do it.
You're
Sun is-
useless. I'm gonna say to the sword.
Just to
you-
kind of rub it in a bit. Can I roll an Arcana if I can get anything from it?
If she's allowing you to touch it and take it from
Yeah.
her for a
Sure.
amount of time, then certainly.
He's useless to me.
Yeah. Similar Arcana check from Sanyas. The man is actually a giant mimic. Yes.
7.
Nope.
No.
No luck. What is Drog doing? It looks like Salvia's kind of snapped the lock, and there's murmurings from within, from people talking.
You know what? Just for shits and giggles, Drog Drog will try and attempt to like take the sword off you and inadvertently see if he can get anything from it, because we're all just sort of standing around like Drog is not
Yeah.
really sure what to go.
All right. Arcana check then.
I'm waiting for Drog to get it and have just 3 freaking weapons.
I hand it to Drock.
Each of you try and attune.
I ask Sanyas to try to
Nope.
open
You
the
are
door.
the worst.
Yeah, cool. I literally I take it. I go.
Nope.
I hate it, and just throw it into the floor. Wait, at least we can play cricket properly now, because you actually need 2 sets of wickets, and that's exactly how you play proper cricket. Oh, this is gonna be
Can I try and pick the lock?
The lock is broken. So no.
Oh,
Afraid not.
I
would they be
turn
there?
around. I kind of look at it and I'm just like, I can't pick that there isn't a lock there anymore. I mean, we could kick the door down.
Pardon me. That was my fault. Perhaps we should just kick the door down. Yes, oui.
Drop.
Yeah.
I'm not exactly the strongest person in the world.
I'm gonna hold up a hand here and just say, we want to go into this place. I should let you know that, before we all die, we should all die with some coin in our pocket. There's 10 gold for Salvia, 10 gold plus 5 of my gold to Sanyas, as promised. And
Thank you.
Alfair, you technically gave this to an orphanage. But,
Whatever. She says. She just doesn't seem to really care.
I said, you know what? Maybe Rosie could use it. 10 gold is a lot of money for a youngster. Maybe she could buy something. You know what? Maybe I'll buy her something. Maybe she doesn't. Maybe she shouldn't pick her own present. That would be terrible. He doesn't trust this girl with 10 gold. Okay. Silvar isn't here, so I guess it's just us. He
All
picks
right.
up the hammer and he says, "Well, with one mighty swing, let's see what death and destruction this will bring."
And throw me a weapon attack with that warhammer.
Yeah, I'll just. So it's 1d20 plus. Let me just check. I haven't had a chance to put it in yet, but it should be a plus athletics and then plus proficiency. Yeah, so that's a plus 6. And is it a plus to hit?
It should be a plus athletics. Should be just 1d20 plus your strength plus proficiency. So
Plus-
whatever your strength bonus is.
Yeah. So
And then
that's-
damage is 1d10. It says hammer. Not sure.
Nat 20. This
Nat-
hammer is the best thing in the world.
Motherfucking 20. Nice. So you just destroy this door. And not only do you destroy the door, but you destroy the skull of the man who is hiding behind the door as you just crunch through with your hammer, swinging it with unholy strength as you tear it down into this man's skull, and you just tear him apart. He's sent flying backwards with a Wilhelm scream. And he is dead. So yeah, you look into a hallway. Down this hallway, there is a dead man who's lying there, his face crushed by a hammer. And there are 2 doors at the end of the hallway. One leads to the left, the other leads to the right. It looks like an old, dilapidated, creepy kind of manor, basically. Also, guys, straw poll is up, so go ahead and vote for me. Let's get a definitive viewer decision, and the most popular one will happen. So what's inside? Let us see. So, that is what you see before you. The hallway, dead man inside, wearing the same kind of insignia as the previous Redbrand Ruffians did. So what's the plan?
I guess. How many did you say there were?
There's one dead guy.
There's one. No, how many? Sorry, how many guys?
2
are in here?
doors. Are you talking about doors? Well, how many guys? You say?
Yeah, how many guys are in here? Sorry, did you say?
No one else in here. Just one dead man.
Okay, one dead guy. Okay, that's not as bad as I thought it would be.
Can I investigate, see what kind of dude this is?
Yeah, he clearly looks to be one of the ruffians, and wears similar insignia, and he's got the red bandana, the red armband thing going on. He's got 3 gold pieces upon him, a dagger, and a cudgel, and very little else. He's got bad teeth as well.
That's disgusting. Well, I'm disgusting right now, but yeah. Well, I'm gonna go inside.
Okay. Perfect. So you step inside. You're in the hallway.
Yeah. Okay. I guess. Oh god, this is hard. Like having to rhyme as you roleplay. But yeah, Drock walks in and says, I guess I got nothing, guys.
I can't rhyme this one.
I heard more voices inside, but there was only one person inside. This seems to be kind of suspicious. Do you not think?
Kind gesture.
Thanks so much to definitely not Trainsy. He donates £3 and says, "Nat 1 for Kira." Yeah, I'll keep gapping. Thanks so much, Trainsy.
Thanks, Tracy.
I will not give you that gold then.
Indeed, yeah, definitely. I say, I think I was, I turn to the party and just say, if you heard more voices somewhere inside, then perhaps we should investigate. Unless you lied.
Unless I lied? Why would I lie to you?
I'm not entirely sure why I said what I said. Maybe we should just proceed on ahead. I'm slightly worried that we'll find more of these guys wearing red. And between you and me, I'd rather they were all dead.
I take the axe from him.
It's a hammer. But I tell you now, I'd rather die.
The 2-foot halfling attempts to take the giant warhammer from the 7-foot tall half orc. How does that go?
You can. I'll let you roll for it.
You roll on opposed athletics. You could roll nat 20, or you could roll nat 1. So both of you roll athletics. That's 11 from Drock, but a 12 from Sanyas. So Sanyas just wrenches away the hammer from you.
I imagine I'm gesturing towards you with it, and you just jump up and grab it, and you just slips from my hand. I say, that's interesting. You're technically holding the hammer now.
Yeah, you should rhyme.
I put the hammer down.
No. Speaking right.
No, I put the hammer down and say, if you're gonna talk, only say what's needed to say. Stop rhyming, you're doing my head in. And I then step away so he can pick the hammer up again.
I pick the hammer up and I'll just say we should proceed further on inside. Between you and me, you just nearly died.
No, wait.
He looks apologetically at you. Like you get the feeling that maybe Drock is saying things that just like his brain automatically finds something, but he's not necessarily what he was trying to say. It's just like...
So we're gonna bring in our viewer decision at this point. We got 27% of our votes on this one.
Well, you can't. We'll all die.
Yes, I can.
I didn't even see what it was.
No.
Well, don't worry, because you're about to find out. You step inside the house. Each of you are within the porch, and you hear a sudden roar, a bestial roar, which sounds a bit like resonating from the ceilings. And as you look up, the ceiling of the manor, this tumbling down manor, is no longer ceiling. It's no longer cement and stone. It's actually giant teeth and flesh, and you're actually standing on a tongue. As you look down and you see this fleshy, wet tongue, fleshy material which you're standing on, which is writhing and roiling around. Bloodstone wins it with, "This is no cave." But you look around you and you realize that you are in fact inside the maw of a creature, and the manor is not actually a manor. It's a mimic, an ancient mimic which has been here for thousands of years, pretending to be a manor, waiting for the chance to lure several adventurers, and indeed the Redbrand Ruffians inside. And he now wishes to devour them. The door is closed. The way is shut. There is no way out. They are coming. And you see that this maw just kind of surrounds you, and something drips down upon you, and you see it's just slime and saliva just drips down all down your clothing. As a group, you're kind of drenched in the saliva of this beast. The way behind you looks shut by giant teeth. The only way forwards looks like it's beyond, going further into the mouth of the mimic. Down its tongue, into its mouth.
Oh.
And that's number wang, people.
I hold up the hammer and I yell, "You want to eat us? Well, that suits me just fine. For you, my friend, it's hammer rhyme." He's going. Drock is going to march into this thing's throat.
It's hammer rhyme. God damn it, Josh. You wanted this, chat. You wanted this. Go for it. Don't play. You didn't. Man, I love Number Wang. Like Number Wang is one of my favorite
What's
sketches.
the challenge rating on an ancient mimic?
Instant death.
You wouldn't like to know.
Alright.
So let's roll some initiative for this, so we can get some orders.
Let's just win.
Nope.
So we win.
Everybody roll my
Sanya
initiative.
just curls up in a ball and goes to sleep. It's happening.
It's valid.
Oh dear. Everyone else goes before me. I'm too busy rhyming.
Can I coat my short sword in poison,
Sure.
please? Thank you.
That'll save you. So Sanya's rolled a
Just the extra.
15, but Althea rolled a 15, but however Sanya has one more in Dex, so Althea's going after her. Salvia, what did you roll?
19.
19, she says. Okay.
19.
19 is what I rolled. So the turn order for this is Salvia's going first, followed by Sanyas, followed by Ledrock. Challenge rating Will's done it, yeah. It's 1,700.
Yeah, it's challenge rating 17. We're
Yeah.
going to die an epically painful death.
Yes, you are, and it's only episode 3. So, Salvia, what is your choice?
Okay, so
That's how the cookie crumbles sometimes, Super West King. Sometimes.
yeah, this is,
Sometimes.
would I be able to recall anything about mimics?
Yeah,
from
roll
my
me
travels?
a nature check, I guess.
Oh god.
Real quick, I'll give it to you on a 3. So a 12.
Oh no.
All that you know about mimics is that they like to trap people and then eat them. They are very dangerous. And yeah, that's kind of all you really know on a 12.
Do I have time to attack too?
Yeah.
All right. Well, does it have like are we standing on the tongue?
You're standing
Or
on a
is it-
tongue right now, yeah. A big writhing tongue, which is it's like being on a bouncy castle, and other people are jumping on it because you're kind of being moved around. It's hard to keep balance.
Okay. Is there a you know that thing in the back of your mouth that like makes you throw up if you touch it? I don't know what
Yes,
we call it.
tonsils, I think they are, right?
Yeah.
No, larynx, I think.
Like larynx?
No,
I don't know.
Yeah, larynx, yeah.
Those bits, the 2 bits
The
which
speed bag in the back of your throat.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly that thing.
You want to be vomited out by a mimic. I fucking love it.
Yes.
Sure.
I want to shoot that.
People are telling us it's the Evolver. Okay, thanks guys.
It's not the vulva.
Not the
Is it a
Volva, the
female?
the Uvolver.
Uvula.
The uvula. Oh man, that's too funny. Let's quickly move on. So, roll me. You can see them down the end of the corridor. You see these. You see the Volvo, and
Swedish Volvo.
it's down the. They're kind of dropping down from the ceiling. These 2 giant uvulas. I don't know. Whatever.
Wouldn't there be just one?
2 vulvas.
There are 2 of them. He's ancient, man. He's grown an extra one.
Two
Holy
Swedish.
shit.
He's grown 2.
Two
Though.
Swedish estate cars just come crashing down.
Well, we have to assemble the cars first
Yeah.
before we can go. All right, agree.
So if you
Can
want
I
to,
just-
what do you want to fire at it with?
my crossbow.
Roll me an attack roll. Quick
This
into the
is
Swedish
crazy.
Volvo. Get to the Quattro. Oh my god, that's a nat 20. Nice. So on a nat 20, Salvia quickly realizes that she needs to attack those things, and she fires her crossbow and sinks it straight into them. One of them is like pierced and destroyed, which lets out a huge rumbling from the entire mimic. But unfortunately, it's not enough. There's still another one going, so it looks like you probably have to destroy the second one to get the desired effect. It's Sanya's turn.
Kill
Sanya,
the
what are you doing?
Volvo.
What kind of penalty would there be for throwing a short sword at the thing?
You'd have disadvantage.
I'd have disadvantage. Do I risk it? No.
It's
because
the
I'll probably get
womb,
my short
says
sword
Brad.
back.
You attack the womb. We're now playing D&D Womb Raider.
Plus, this is terrible. Oh Jesus Christ.
I have no ranged weapons at all.
I mean, you could like stab the tongue.
I mean, you've got very little
Could
time to
stab the
react
tongue.
here.
Yeah, I'm gonna stab down on the tongue with my short sword, and I mean, seriously, how can I miss this?
Yeah, it's
I
more
mean, you can just stab down in it. So 17 is a perfect number. Roll me damage. Great. So the ancient mimic beholder takes 4 damage.
No, because I've got poison blade on it as well.
Bam! How much damage did it take?
8 damage.
Okay. It dies.
Plus my sneak attack.
It dies. You have defeated the ancient mimic beholder. No. You can roll sneak damage if you want. I didn't do this, guys.
Sneak on the tongue.
Y'all did
that's
this.
Well, he
interesting.
can't exactly see me coming, can he?
I'll let you
That's
sneak
true.
on that tongue. I mean, extra 4 damage.
So that's 12 damage overall. Did I kill it?
It dies. It's over. GG. Well
Real
played.
quick, Will.
Yeah.
Like, is there anything watching us? Like, is this like Does it have eyes so it is staring
You
at us?
can't
or-
see the eyes at this point. You're inside its mouth, so presumably the eyes are on the outside of the manor,
Okay.
or where the manor once was. It's Althea's turn. What do you want to do, Althea?
I guess I'm still holding this blue sword.
Yeah, you are.
So I guess I'm gonna try and do the same thing and like stab it in the tongue, I guess.
Great, you roll a nat 1 and stab yourself in the foot. You just like bring it down, you're like, ah, as you like stab it down. So roll damage on a longsword. So 1d8 plus your strength plus 1 for its magic bonus.
Oh god.
Oh, damn.
That's -1, +1, so I'm not.
I love the fact that you.
No!
Oh, Max, I love the fact you just like plow it down, like, you are useless, and then you plunge it down, and he's like, this is what you get.
Like, I imagine like she starts screaming, like she's like, ah, and then she stabs it down. She's like, ah, stabs it into her foot.
And then the sword starts screaming, and it's just like.
So you take 8 plus your strength plus 1 damage on your turn.
I have -1 on strength.
Oh, nice. Okay, so Drock, it is your turn.
Drock is going to so the teeth are shut.
Yes,
Are they big teeth?
they are big grisly teeth right now. However, it does seem like Salvia has gone onto something in destroying the kind of
Okay.
fruit things.
I'm gonna
call them fruit balls from now on because I don't know what they're called.
I say well, there's only one thing to do when you have the right tools. It's go to work on this thing's fruit balls, and I'm going to
There we go.
a mighty blow into this thing's throat balls. I'm going to, if it's okay with you, Will, do
Yeah.
a two-hand swing with this.
Sounds
I'd
good.
also like to, oh no, I'm going to do a one-handed swing because I'm going to take something out of my pocket. I'm not going to tell you what it is.
Hug my Volvo in your fruit balls. Oh man.
I can't even.
Oh, QQ.
23,
There you go, Will.
11 damage.
23 for 11 damage. That's the perfect amount of fruit ball damage. As Drock brings in his mighty swing from his rhyming hammer, it just splatters this fruit ball everywhere. And you are covered in...
Will,
Yes.
as this happens, I'm going to drop something.
Okay.
I'm not going to tell you what it is.
Alright, you're gonna drop something. Is it your pants?
I drop a little Lucy.
You drop a Scalisi, okay. So you drop something in there, alright, we'll find out maybe next session what it is. And you destroy this fruit ball. What's also about fruit balls? False Aesop, I don't know if I can explain that to you well, without making it sound weird. But if you are new, welcome Aesop. So you just like crunch this monster's uvula things, and it just explodes all over you in a mess. And as you do that, inside his mouth you hear, and just like Salvia planned, he drops the mic, he drops the bass, and suddenly it all just kicks in.
Wob just kills it.
Yeah, and you feel a kind of rumbling from below in the earth as this thing is about to vomit you guys out. As a reaction, it just begins to... and a tide, a literal tide of vomit, of items, of gold, of the digested humans, of parts of masonry which it's ended up devouring, a literal tide, a flood. The floodgates have been opened, erupts upon the group of you. And you know in Pirates of the Caribbean when he's covered in the Kraken slime, it's like that but 10 times worse because you're swimming through it. And some of you are beginning to like drown in it. And it opens its teeth, opens its mouth out into the world as you guys are spewed forth in this disgusting, no doubt disease-ridden tide of filth that this ancient mimic has spilled forth from you. And a group of you slide out into the open area. Yes, Josh?
Drock is going to stand up as fast as he can and look this thing in wherever its eyes are. You need to see its eyes, Will.
Oh my god, there's a really good point made by Lucky Strikes right now. It's the size of a manor. So Sanyas can't move across moving water while wearing clothes.
But it's
And
not
when
water.
she next enters a lake, she decides to become amphibious. I'm gonna count this.
I don't know.
Yes.
It's not
Yes.
a lake.
Yes.
It is a
Yes.
pool of
Yes.
vomit.
Yes.
You are
Yes.
now amphibious.
You have become a naked frog.
Amphibious.
A naked,
Well, I'm not currently trying to cross the
No.
moving
No.
water.
Get wrecked.
A, it's
Get
not
wrecked.
No.
water.
Get
B,
wrecked.
it's not a lake.
No.
Yeah, Rex.
No.
Okay, cool. Real quick,
And-
because we need to wrap this up, and
Yes,
I
indeed.
need.
So,
Will, can I look this thing
Sanyas,
in the eye?
you look down to your fingers and your toes, and they are webbed. You have webbed fingers and toes. And you can breathe underwater. And under
That
vomit.
is cool, but no, it's not water. I'm not trying to cross it, nor is a lake.
And Beth
Yes,
is muted.
yes.
So, as as we continue onwards here, you guys are brought out into the world, born again through the mimic vomit.
Can
As
I
you
see
guys,
its eyes? Just tell me, Will, right now. Can I see its eyes?
can you see its ass?
Eyes.
Like, just tell me, Will, please. You can. As you look up from this vomit, as you kind of wash down, and it's all washing down the hillside at this point. So down here, this vomit is all just washing down the hill. You look back up, and you see the mimic, and you see its eyes, and it's looking down at you, and it's coming towards you. Yes.
No. Will,
Yes.
Can
I
you move?
dropped my filter of love on its tongue.
Nice.
Creature it sees, it falls in love with.
Nice.
The next hour,
Very nice.
I win D&D.
So as it's stomping towards you, that's very clever. It's stomping towards you. The last shot we get of the scene is that it just tilts its head towards Drock, and somewhere over in the village, Sildar looks back, and he knows, and a single tear drops from Sildar's jealous eyes as he realizes that he has competition in this game of love that we play. So that is a wrap to this session of The Lost Mine of Phandelver. I'm so sorry to end it like that, guys, but we've got to leave you guys on cliffhangers. We've got to leave you guys wanting more. So that is today's session. What did you guys in chat think of the game today? Hopefully you
That's
guys enjoyed it.
fucking
Let us
crazy.
know. And let us know what you think. If you did enjoy today's show, then show some appreciation. If you haven't already, hit that follow button for me and join us. Super important. It means that you can catch next week's show, and not only next week's show, but all of our other shows. Tomorrow is Wednesday, which is going to be a very exciting day, one of my favorite days of the week. It means at 1 p.m. EST, we're playing Call of Cthulhu Prep, and then at 4 p.m. we're actually playing that game. So join us tomorrow for Call of Cthulhu. It means you can catch all of our shows. Our full schedule is down below, and also here in chat. So follow if you haven't already. Thanks, guys, for 3 viewer decisions today. The ultimate triplicate of viewer decisions, which was the triumvirate of viewer decisions. Had some great ones in today. Yeah, all the retweets, all the follows, really appreciate it, as well as all the donations from Definitely Not Trainsy from the Frog, again from the Frog, from Stet, and from Pregnant Chipmunk. You guys are awesome, as well as XP is overrated. So thanks, guys, for all the support for today. I thought Mimic not big enough. No worries, man. I love Number Wang. Number Wang is like my favorite sketch. Anyway, let's go around and do some hooks and plugs from wonderful players with us today. So I'll start below. Josh. In fact, Bloodstone, what to watch? You can watch all of our videos on YouTube. There's millions of hours of content on YouTube. So you can watch it there.
Hell yeah. And
But Josh,
if you wanna see me take a situation where there is a logical thing you could do, and just doing something that is not logical in any way, like making a mimic house manor fall in love with me, then check out Broken Kingdom Season 2, where
Yes.
I did some terrible things to Rast.
terrible. Unspeakable.
But of course, if you guys didn't see Broken Kingdom Season 1, go back and you can check out Encounter Roleplay from the beginning all the way through to glory that is today. And it's been an absolute blast traveling with you guys. And I'm unfortunately taking a week's hiatus after today because I'm going on holiday because I need some TLC, so I'm stealing Beth and surfing. So I will see you guys soon.
All right then. Charlie, what do you think of today's session? I'm also going to throw up your artwork to show off your awesome artwork. If you want to talk about that or where we can find you on the internet, go ahead and do so.
Well, you can find me on Twitter at Rogue Rabbit, and this game was crazy. And I wonder what Drox and the Mimics kids will look like.
Oh my god.
Just tiny little chests with like tiny baby legs.
So
It's gonna be beautiful.
basically what happened now is essentially we move into the mimic house that's my wife with the adopted psychopathic daughter.
That's the next episode.
Set up like a cricket
Oh my god, Rosie is your child.
You only eat onion rings of hell and death.
Yeah, and just all the onion rings. It's going to be the best.
Perfect. So you can find Charlie at Rogue Rabbit on the Twitters. Kira, you do things on the internet that are good.
I do. Myself and my friends are doing a small variety gaming group, Subpar Mediocre Gamers, or SPMG for short. And right now I'm doing 2 days a week of art, creative stuff. Yesterday I was doing like karaoke, playing the flute, and then painting. Tomorrow it's going to be viewer decision art, so I'm actually going to be putting up a poll on Twitter, on our Twitter pretty soon here, where people can vote. They can put in suggestions for things for me to paint, and they're going to vote on it. And then there's going to be lots of ways to manipulate it during the show, which I'm really excited for.
That's a
Bob
dangerous thing to do.
I mean, obviously, I'm not gonna.
I'm just gonna spam dongers now. Okay, perfect. And finally, Beth, thoughts on today's session and anything you want to promote whilst we're here?
That was one heck of a session, I'll give you that. But no, I could be found on Twitter at EncounterBeth. I'm also in the tavern most days, but that's possibly going to drop down a little bit because I'm back to work tomorrow. So, but yeah, head over to the tavern, roleplay with us, chat D&D. It'll all be cool. So yeah,
go check out the tavern.
Hello.
Yes, for 24/7 text-based role-playing games. So, guys, it's been a wonderful, wonderful stream today. From the Covenant earlier to killing children, all the way through here to being enveloped by a giant house mimic. It's been a blast, guys. I'm back tomorrow, like I say, starting at 1 p.m. EST. Which is 6 p.m. if you're over in the UK, about 7 p.m. if you're in Europe, which is going to be our prep game for Call of Cthulhu. So if you want to help me prep an Eldritch Horror 1920s serial killer game, which I can't believe you wouldn't, then pop along then for that, and followed by the actual game of Call of Cthulhu, which we'll be playing, which is an absolute blast. So come along for that, guys, and other than that, all I can say is thanks for another wonderful stream. Thanks for a week. Yes, Josh?
Just want to jump in real quick because Slade has asked who did the art. It was Charlie, who's here today. Done a phenomenal job. That's right.
All the way down there. All the way down there. Thanks again, guys. Wonderful session. If you enjoyed and you haven't followed yet, take this moment now to hit that follow button for me. But other than that, guys, until next time, try not to get enveloped by a giant evil mimic who will vomit you out. Try not
to say that about my wife.
Try not to become Rosie and have no parents and then adopt a child like her. And of course, until next time, try not to roll too many nat ones because we're going to be here laughing when you do. Until then, guys, see you soon. Stay safe in that dungeon. Don't let Mordok touch you too much.